What's up, guys? It's Hector from Que Pasa Con La Masa, and we are super, super excited today. It's going to be an awesome, awesome episode. But first, the man, 50 grand.
What's up, everybody? Lee Boy Savage. You guys already know what time it is. It's Masa time.
That's right.
And we got, like Hector said, we got a badass guest on the show, and we're excited.
I think that's like the understatement of the year. I'm going to run out of adjectives. Icon, living legend, pioneer.
Chaparrita.
All of the above. But, I mean, we have to be the inaugural female guest, we have none other than Miss Shelly Lares.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here with you guys.
Oh, no.
Thank y'all. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the show, guys. So
Awesome,
appreciate that.
I'm a big fan. I saw it one day as I shared with you guys, and I was like, I want to go on the show with the guys. I love it.
Yeah, I remember you reached out to us.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what happened with the messages. It got all...
I know. Then I get bad. I don't ever check my messages. So,
I think it's because I have cricket.
You got mobile
you got to buy the minutes.
Yes.
You got fucking Metro Paisa or what?
Oh, Lord.
We were laughing because we were talking about that at a birthday party. And we're like, no, it's not cricket. It's a HEB service. And HEB used to sell cell phones. They sold razors like crazy.
I remember that.
And nobody could think of the name of it. They're like, was it Metro PCS? I'm like, no. And they said all these stupid names. 2 weeks later, I called James. I'm like, it was called Pocket.
Pocket.
That's what it was,
Pocket. So anybody that used Pocket,
I never used one, but I remember it.
I never heard of it, so.
Dude,
yeah.
Everyone and their mother had a razor, and you had to text like, you had to push the number 5 times to get the letter.
Oh, dude, that's back in the days.
It's still better than a beeper, though, dude.
Oh,
I had a pager.
Oh, the pages were the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Remember, you thought you were all cool?
Yeah, and you could put like hello.
Yeah.
Remember?
Or less goose. Remember that was it right there.
I know.
We had so much fun for the simplest shit.
Yeah, dude.
And that's, I don't you miss those times? Like, I really do. Especially like my artists, a lot of them have asked me, because, I do a lot of mentoring and producing young artists, the next generation. They're like, how was it, without social media? I'm like, it was the best. Like, as far as an artist is concerned, because,
I think overall.
For everyone.
But
with
with social media, though, you have more opportunity to blow yourself up, though.
True.
Than back then. Back then, there was a lot of
but the cool thing
imagine.
is that like you had to put in the work back in the day, and I think that's really what builds you.
Yeah.
Is actually now you record a track and you email it or you send WeTransfer and it's on the other side of the world, right? But if you recorded a record, we had to go to each radio station and send it to them or mail it. So. And that's only if you had a CD or a vinyl or a cassette that you'd mail.
Oh, yeah.
Only.
Yeah, If not.
I always thought it was fantastic because I was like, man, I wonder how Shelly does it to talk to Amarillo and be there. And then she's in Corpus and then San Antonio. And then my friend goes, they're not in studio, right? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
They're like, it's pre-recorded. We ask the question that's already been asked to the artist and then they answer it. I'm like, what?
He thought you were
It
magic.
was like the Wizard of Oz. They pulled back the curtain.
I'm not going to say we didn't at a lot of times because, when you would do the radio tours,
oh, yeah.
it was exactly that, just like touring. We'd go to station to station to station to station. But I love that because I feel like that's really how I got my rapport with the DJs and the stations and with fans, because it goes a long way when fans see that you take time to go visit their town or city.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It means a lot. And they'd set up lunches with the fans, like winners. And and really, to me, that's the key to your success is just making those personal connections. Yeah. Yes, we can do it with millions of people all over the world in one shot.
Yeah.
But really, what really is more sustainable is the in-person interaction that we have with people.
Definitely.
That's
like
as an artist, I'm saying too.
Well, it's like those people that have podcasts and they do a Zoom. Like that's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the same.
No, it can't be.
It's not the same.
I think during the pandemic, you kind of had to.
That's true.
Because I'm to put it out there, I'm real big on music, and it's all kinds of music. And that's kind of where like we bridge ourselves.
Yeah.
Because he's Cali, and I'm all
I love
Texas.
it. Yeah.
So
perfect combination.
Yes, and I'm teaching him about Tejano, and he's teaching me about the Cali movement.
Yeah, because I didn't know nothing about
It's very
Tejano
different.
music.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Well, one of my artists that I signed, the first artist and only I signed to Shell Shock Records was from California, from
really?
Pico Rivera. And same thing.
Tejano
He didn't know
music
anything.
or what type of music?
He did mariachi and everything else,
Okay.
but the only Tejano artist obviously he knew was Selena, and he didn't even know she was Tejano.
Yeah, I didn't know
So,
that either.
yeah,
Like
so-
Intocable, I didn't know they were fucking
exactly.
Tejano either.
So, but I like that, when I get to meet, when touring a lot of California, and now after my retirement, I've been off the road for 3 years after 40 years. I do the Super Legends cruise a lot, and it docks out of Long Beach. So a lot of Cali fans go on there. I just did the Super Legends with Sheila E. and Jody Watley, and
Sheila E,
and
she's the shit.
it was great. And now I'm doing the Latin cruise in 27.
Okay.
So, but I get to meet a lot of Cali people and made a lot of fans and friends.
Make a new fan base out
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
Yeah, because we didn't grow up with Tejano music.
Exactly. And it's weird because we went to Salinas, Fresno, LA, I mean, San Diego. Like I've played all those places. But they were smaller, it wasn't really big.
Well, like Selena, she people knew who she was, but she didn't really get big out there until like after she died.
Of course, unfortunately, yeah. I did a really big show with Los Lobos. I opened up for them in LA at one of the more famous theaters there. And so yeah, I mean, I made my rounds. Oceanside.
Oh, Oceanside's a badass city.
Of course, because I did the Marines.
Yeah.
I did for the Marines. And I still have fans that were Marines then that remember that show.
Oh no! Way,
to this day.
Damn.
That's awesome.
To this day.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never forget my show in Salinas because I had been suffering from my allergies when we flew out that day.
Uh-huh.
And when we were in the air, my ears got clogged and never unclogged. And I did the gig, and it was so horrible.
That's the worst when they clog up
It
like
was
that.
horrible, dude. And
Yeah.
I was like, dang. But I mean,
What's up, guys? It's Hector from ¿Qué pasa con la Masa podcast? Just wanted to send a quick shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. Not in any particular order. We'll send a shout out first to GC Roofing and Construction. Any and all roofing needs, contact my boy Russ Fox. His cell number is 210-347-0426. Again, Russell Fox. Cell number 210-347-0426. Also, our amazing sponsors at Eddie's Taco House, Priscilla, Cassandra, Hector Tocayo. Thank you so much for the great service, for the amazing food, and for always supporting your local podcast. Andy Chavez, Mi Frijoles, Taco Guy, Catering Service out of New Braunfels. Guys, if you need anything catered for any special event, a wedding, quinceañera, birthday, divorce party, Andy's your guy. Make sure to reach out to him. Also, our good friend Anthony Patterson over at Ron Hoover Odessa for your marine and RV vehicle needs. Don't forget to stop by and visit our great friends at Bar 321 on Main Street. Brian and Nicole Garcia, thank you so much for your patronage. Support local bars, guys. Speaking of bars, also stop by our other sponsor, Coach Gary Durbin's Hunter's Corner off of Quintana Road in the hood. If you know, you know. Stop by and visit the great staff. Coldest beer in town, Hunter's Corner. Also, our newest sponsor, our latest and greatest, Joe Gage. Shout out to all the Gage family in Laredo. Laredo, Texas, Laredo Ranch Heights. For all your farming equipment, any type of deer necessities you might have, they have it there for you at Laredo Ranch Heights. Any type of solar energy panels for either your home, residential, or commercial, reach out to my dear friends Sergio Magda Cantu with Solar Ideal Energy out of Mission, Texas. I think that's it for now, guys.
at the end of the day, I mean, I'm so grateful to God for the gift of music and for the ability to have been able to travel not all over the United States, but all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, I traveled to Guam and Japan and Korea and you know, to be able to entertain people that are not Americans, you know, and they love Tejano. As Japanese love Tejano music, Koreans love Tejano music.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think
the
overall,
Japanese-
They love
the
it, dude.
culture, the whole culture.
They love it.
Oh, they even got cholos in Japan.
Well, yeah, they
Have you
do.
ever- yeah,
Yes, they
got
do.
crazy-
Yes, they do.
They-
They do.
they-
Cumbia, and they do cumbia too.
Oh yeah, they steal everybody's culture and they have little subcultures over there.
Japanese, they have a conjunto and Tejano groups.
No way.
Yes,
That's
it's
crazy.
incredible. But, you know, we're very similar culture-wise, like you were saying. Because, you know, we're very family-oriented.
Yeah.
And with our elderly people, like our grandmothers, our grandparents, and
Yes.
parents, you know, we're just that way. So,
I think the way we were raised overall, it brings a lot of it like full circle.
Yes.
You know, you perform at different countries, and then you realize like we're not really that different.
No, we're not different.
You know, and
we're
then when
very similar, musically speaking,
Yes, and when they accept your music, and you're
Yes.
like, wow, that's
yes.
who
Yeah.
would have thought?
Exactly. I mean, I've met artists, and as a matter of fact, recently I did the John Leguizamo Does America show.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's a series, and you know, I love, shout out to John Leguizamo, my boy. He was not really familiar with the sound, like the intricate sound of Tejano music. So, you know, I'm the artist in residence at the University of Texas, San Antonio. UT San Antonio, should I say?
Yes.
That's the proper way they're saying it now. So I was selected for him to come, and they did a big show of San Antonio from food, culture, history, and music. And so he wanted me to teach what I teach at UTSA, and I was like, dude, I don't have that day y'all want to shoot. I don't have a class that day. And so I had to put together a master class, you know, specifically for him. And when I was explaining to him and I broke it down, they didn't really get to show this in the series, but I had my band there, and I broke down the stylistics of Tejano music. Like if the drummer's playing a conjunto song as opposed to playing a ranchera, well, the bass drum is played differently, just stylistically and instrumentation wise. And so when I was showing him, he's like, man, this sounds like this music. And I'm like, exactly. When I went to Nashville, same thing. I was recording with Vince Gill, the biggest country artist. And, you know, he was listening to our cumbias and our rancheras. And he was like, y'all got like a reggae bass line in this cumbia. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, because Tejano, we grab from a lot of different sounds, you know, we're Mexican American music. So of course we are, you know, we're going to grab from different things. So, you know, that's why I never left Tejano music, because it's the only genre that allowed me to, dab into different sounds. Never have I ever been introduced to a genre that does that to this day. Yeah. We're the only genre that you'll hear cumbia, ranchera, mariachi, oldies, hip hop, country,
Motown.
mariachi.
That's crazy. That's interesting.
We're the only genre that does it.
I had when I've been looking at Tejano music now lately, and I saw it derives from
Nice.
From polka music.
Yes,
That's
the German.
crazy.
Well, don't forget when the Germans, you know, were in here. You know, we grabbed a lot from that.
Yeah.
The German polka.
Yeah.
you know,
and if you go listen to it, it's the
absolutely.
accordion.
And then,
all,
but then in Mexico we had conjunto. We had the accordion and the bajo sexto were the primary accordion. I mean instruments. And then they started implementing bass and drums. Right.
Yeah.
Same thing. You know, country music. I mean, Texas.
Yeah.
Of course, we love country music. You know.
I mean, we've had. I mean, to put it in perspective, I think they coined the term "the queen of collaboration."
That's me.
And you've done, but you've done it all, like every different, like you're saying.
I'm the only artist that's, well, I've always believed in collaboration. I believe, you know, I post about this all the time. It's not about competition. It's about collaboration.
Right.
You know, some people want to get specific. Yeah, but sports are competition. I'm like, okay, that's different. I'm talking about in life. You know, you collaborate with each other. So yeah, I've been collaborating with artists of different genres my whole career. My very first collaboration, I was 11. And I collaborated with the male vocalist. We did a duet that I was in the band. Because when I started professionally at age 10.
That's nuts.
It's crazy because the Woodlawn Ballroom it was called the Woodlawn Ballroom. I played there since I was 10 years old.
You're like the Michael Jackson of Tejano
Oh
music.
man, yeah, basically. I mean, starting professionally at 10, I mean, I was a child.
That's nuts.
And but I was introduced to the old school Tejano because the band that I joined called Hot Tamales Band, that was their name. They were orquesta. So they implemented brass. So they were more the old school sound of Tejano, right? If you will. That's how I learned about the greats. That's how I learned about Little Joe, Jimmy Edward, Joe Bravo, Ruben Ramos, that style, Sonny Osuna. I learned the Royal Jesters. I learned that music because of Hot Tamales. So that's when I really started to learn what Tejano music was. I'd heard it around the house as a kid at family events, barbecues. But when they were hired to play my sister's wedding and my sister wanted me to sing and I went and sang an English song, they heard my voice and they were like, oh my God, they called my father that night right after rehearsal. They're like, can she join our band?
That's crazy.
And so that's how I got into Tejano. And in turn, I got them doing Michael Jackson, Madonna,
Pop music.
pop music because I was listening to that.
Yeah.
So man, we were playing every quinceañera, every wedding around town. We were gigging every single weekend, playing on Wednesdays too. Now it's Tequila's nightclub. That was called the Latin Corner. Wow. And then over there by Janie's record shop, there's it's called Bandera Pub or something like that. That used to be called OP's. And those are the first two clubs that I ever played in as a child, and they're still there. It's crazy. So I got introduced to Tejano that way and fell in love with it. And then I started to realize that there was more that I wanted to bring into my music. I wanted to modernize it a little bit more. I wanted to incorporate more keyboard, more accordion. And so, but explaining for people to hear it and not know what it is, they're like, hey, this is really cool. I hear something similar to the style I like,
Yeah.
Reggaeton is really big in Tejano because we implement it in the cumbias. It's just we throw conga over it to make it sound cumbia. So it just totally depends. But that's why I never left my genre. I said I started out a Tejano artist and I retired a Tejano artist.
If you did have a genre that you wanted to switch, this is just a hypothetical question. Which one would you?
It would have been country.
Country, really?
It would have been country.
Okay.
I had a chance to also go deep into Mexico and just really focus in that, kind of like what Intocable did and La Mafia did after a while, and even Selena. But I don't know. I just felt like I was home, and it wasn't that I was scared. Again, I just still wanted to do what I want to do. And I had the opportunity to record with Sony Nashville because I was with Sony in Tejano side. Mm-hmm. And I had the opportunity to sign and just do a country album, but that didn't go over too well because, they set up a meeting. How it all started this was like in 1995, 96. I had heard through a guy that I was working with out of Dallas. He was a musician, white guy, played the banjo. And he was with Vince Gill in Vince Gill's band called the Pure Prairie League back in the 70s.
Wow.
And Vince told him that he wanted to collaborate with a Latina. Mm-hmm. He wanted to do something different. And y'all, mind you, back then, Latinos were not welcome in Nashville, okay? It's not like today.
Oh, really?
It's not like you hear a country artist singing Spanish and country and like Karin Leon and now soon to be Frontera performing at Grand Ole Opry. Only people like Johnny Rodriguez and Freddie Fender and were really there, but they weren't 100% welcome.
Oh,
right?
really? I didn't know that.
No. And so he showed Vince my record and he's like, I really like, who's this girl? Like, well, her name is Shelly Lares. And the funny story is that my mom was a humongous Vince Gill fan. Like, my mother had all his cassettes. And she would always say, my mom loved country too. She'd say like, mija, you're going to record with Vince Gill. And I'm like, Mom, okay, Mom, yeah, sure. Because this dude was huge, like the biggest country artist. I mean, okay, Mom, sure. But Mama manifested it. And we flew to Nashville. We met him on her birthday.
Oh, so she was happy as shit then, huh?
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
She took all her cassettes to lunch. And there was the biggest country artist was like, we walk in and he's by himself, big old Convert tennies,
busts out the stack.
just sitting there like by himself. And I'm like, this is like the biggest country artist right now. And he's just chilling by himself, like
humble as hell.
Very humble. Now, I mean, now the dude tours with the Eagles, And so we met, we connected instantly. And so that was my first album signed with Sony because I was in the independent label before. And so half of the album was Tejano in a sense of ranchera, cumbia, balada, right? And the other half was straight up country music.
No way. Is it still available to go?
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
It's out. Yeah, it's out. And so, but see, that's the cool thing. Like, only Tejano music can be blended with another genre.
Yeah.
Okay? It all depends. It has to be cohesive, obviously, but so I made it half Tejano, half country. Recorded my Tejano stuff here. Flew to Nashville and recorded in Nashville for my country stuff. And so the word kind of started spreading that, I recorded with Vince and who's this Latina that's recording with Vince Gill. And so they set up this big old meeting with the head of Sony and I walk in and it's this ginormous office and stuff. And my mom and dad were with me because they manage my career.
Yeah.
They sat down on both sides of me and This man, first thing he freaking asked me, dude, is like, how did you manage to record with Vince Gill?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, dude, straight up.
How old were you at the time?
I was already an adult. Like,
Oh, were you?
how old was I? Oh, God. Okay, I was like 20, 23, 24.
Okay. You were still young, though.
Yeah, I was young, but I knew I was pissed off. And I said, well, and you know, his desk was maybe like around this length away as well, right?
Uh-huh.
So like I scooted my chair up and I actually leaned on his desk. And I think as my parents saw me scoot my chair up, they knew what was coming. And I said, oh, well, it's funny you asked because like he selected me to record. Oh, okay. And then the next thing he says is, he asks me is, who is this Emilio? And what makes him think he can sing country music?
Oh, shit.
And Emilio Navaira is like my brother, dude. That's my family. Every Tejano artist is my family. Every Tejano DJ is my family. Every Tejano musician is my family. You know, it's like you're talking about my family.
Yeah.
And I swear, y'all, like, I say this a lot, but I'm not lying that the hair on the back of my neck stood up once he said that, and it just pissed me off. And I was like, well, who's your A artist in here? And he's like, Alan Jackson. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, dude, but Alan Jackson can't hold a candle to Emilio Navaira. He can't even sing like Emilio Navaira. He's not as versatile as Emilio Navaira. He can't go into another country and connect with a person like Emilio Navaira can. And so, needless to say, I didn't get my country deal, but it was my integrity and it was my genre that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm going to protect it at all costs. I'll be the first to, I wouldn't say criticize it, but try to lend advice on what we are doing wrong. But I can because I've given 40 years of my life to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a very good retrospective.
Yeah.
You know, someone can rely on that. Like, well, I'll listen to you before I listen to anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, I mean, you have to actually live through it
You have to.
and to tell the story. And then, but the thing is not to go through it, but to show how to beat that adversity.
Right.
And don't let the
And
door
that's
close
what
on
it
you.
is. That's what it's about. And you know, the new generation, that's what I'm trying to make them understand. You know, because now that I have Shell Shock Records 3, which is my record label and my recording studio, and now I do music industry services.
Well, what is that?
Which means you can come to me for every and any element of the music industry. Whether you need production, a song, whether you want to record a song or an album, whether you need artist development, whether you're a songwriter and you just don't understand formatting, whether you need help in managing yourself, booking yourself, getting your music to radio, how to package yourself. I mean, everything. And there's so many things. It's not just you like getting on social media. It's not just you being on stage. It's not just you being in studio. There's like setting up your business.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you want to do it as a career and as a livelihood, then you have to treat it as a business.
Yeah.
And there's artists who don't understand that. They want to make the money and be accepted as a long-lasting artist, but they don't want to do the business side. I'm like, they go hand in hand, dude. You can't do one without the other. It's not going to happen.
Oh, no, it's all business.
And if you don't, you're not going to last long.
Let me ask you a question. As an artist, do you incorporate yourself like as a business?
Absolutely.
I
mean, whether you register copyright, LLC, business account.
Yeah.
And see, that's what helped me because my parents owned a business. When I was first starting out.
They already had the mindset.
Yeah, when I was first starting out, Daddy, we did a rubber stamp and engraving, and we embroidered all of the military fatigues. And so they knew business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so when I went on my own, and after I left Hot Tamales, and I got my record deal, Mom's like, we got to set up a business account. And so Mom did all my finances.
Oh, no way.
My mother was incredible at my finances.
Ooh.
She could budget. And Daddy and I were very funny. Like, I think we were a lot alike. You know, we'd see something we wanted to get and we would get it,
and
you
Mom
know.
was like,
and
nah.
Mom's like, no, can we afford to get it right now? You know, she did all the payroll for my band members, for my employees. I had a CPA that she would meet with every time we'd come back from the road. She'd have all the receipts ready for him. We'd close the books every month. I never sat in on those things. That was the only thing.
Oh, really?
I never sat in. It was like, kind of like, my parents didn't want me to worry about that. They wanted me to worry about just performing and staying focused on my career. But there came a time when I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I have to know what's happening. And it wasn't like they were keeping it from me, don't get me wrong. It's just I felt like, oh man, I need to start learning myself. So after, after I retired and my father passed in 2016, mom took over as road manager. She still did all my contracts and did everything. But I wouldn't have had the business mentality. And right now that I'm functioning, that was as Shelly Inc., right? While I was on the road. Now I'm functioning as Shell Shock Records 3 LLC. Mm-hmm. This is now my company.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole different thing because I'm learning the business side now.
Yeah.
I know basically what I got to do, but I have more hands-on. Like I have board meetings and I have, I have to meet with my attorney and I have to meet with my accountant. And, it's like, is it fun? No. But is it necessary? Yes. And, so that's what I teach my artists. Some of them are open to the advice. Some of them think they know what they're talking about, and I have to just let them figure it out.
Yeah, tough love right there.
Tough love, man.
It sounds like you had great parents. Like,
oh, my parents are my world.
Because you see all these other parents, like with celebrities and stuff like that, and they end bad, man. The relationships end bad.
I'm so grateful to God for my parents because I say that we are a reflection of our parents. Mm-hmm. And my parents they're always so loving, so supportive, but are disciplinarians. Like, taught us if you want something, you got to work for it. Nobody's going to give you anything. And even if they do, if they hand it to you, you're not going to appreciate it as much as if, like you said, he built this room. It's like, dang, dude, like I'm sure you sit in here sometimes, you're like, dang, I did a pretty good job in here, and it's just, that's stuff to be proud of because you put the time and the effort and you created it. And that's what I say about artists now. We have a lot of microwavable artists.
Oh, yeah, this day and age, too. And they want it like that.
Yeah.
The social media era, everybody wants everything like that.
But what's the best food?
Home cooked meal.
That's right, man.
Yes,
that takes time and passion and your thoughts and your imagination and your taste and your touch. And that's why I think now people are hearing about Shell Shock. And I mean, it's getting really crazy right now in a good way. Yes.
How many artists do you have on your belt?
I mentor just about everyone in the industry, but I mean, they can hire me too. Like they hire me to produce. Now, when I first started, I had 5, I think, under my belt that I took on, that I saw and I reached out to and I funded. So it was El Gallo Dez, who I don't work with anymore, but it was El Gallo Dez, it was Annika, Ali, who else? Kiana. Those were my ones. Those were the ones that I had. And they were all versatile. Like they could sing any genre. And then later on, I had another country artist named Stephen Lauren, who I funded as well. He's not doing it anymore. They fell off. And, but artists that have come to me and hired me, there's many.
Yeah.
But I mentor a lot. Even if I don't produce them, I'm mentoring them. They call me on a daily, dude.
Oh, no, you're like...
anything.
You're like the mama of the record.
I'm the mama bear.
Yes, sir.
And the industry knows. And they don't like it sometimes. Like if they're like, oh, we're hiring this person. Like, okay, well, let me call Shelly. Oh, okay. Because they know that I'm going to tell my artist, make sure this. I don't carry them, but I do help them.
You help them watch out for the landmines and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. And but like I said, it's a marriage because they have to consult with me first. If they want to talk to me, they have to pay to consult with me first. Yeah. That's the first and foremost. That's the first investment into their career because A, they have to know me. B, I have to know them. And we have to see what type of a relation, because it's a relationship we're building.
Yeah.
And I don't want to waste their time and I don't want them to waste mine. And I have to see how invested they are into their career. And if they're going to bitch about paying a consulting fee, then good luck, honey, because you're going to keep spending money.
Have fun at Chick-fil-A.
You're going to lose.
That's right, dude.
You're going to lose more money than what you spend.
Yeah.
That's in the long run, you know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So you're an actual live version of ChatGPT.
I guess so. I guess you're right. I
Help
never
me
thought
out.
of it like that, dude.
Call Shelly Lares.
Yeah, they always say call Shelly.
We need a billboard up off the freeway.
I
right
know,
here
right?
somewhere.
And I don't claim to know everything, but I know it a lot. And I've been through it and I've lived it and I've been screwed over, dude, numerous times. I've been screwed over with millions of dollars, not thousands. Okay?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you look at my net worth and I'm in the millions, but because we didn't. So let's go back to my parents being my business. They knew that business, but we didn't know the music industry business.
Oh, they say it's grimy
and
too,
Lord,
right?
dude, let me tell you. When I signed my first contract at 17, my executive producer said, if you're going to be successful, Shelly has to go full time. And I was like, dude, we're already full time. I'm playing every weekend, man.
Yeah.
But they meant like 6 days a week, 5 days a week. And so I was a junior in high school. My parents had their business. They're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, this is what I want. I've done it since I was 10. I've already done it 7 years. I was young. I wasn't in a relationship. I wasn't married. You know, I wanted to go to college. But I had to decide my career or college.
Yeah.
And I chose my career. So when mom and dad and I went into the business, we learned the hard way, dude. Like, but my father was relentless. He did not take no for an answer.
Oh, really?
Oh no. Daddy was old school Mexicano, man of his word. Shake your hand and you better live by that. That was my dad.
That was Joe Jackson without the bad stuff.
Shoot, you know it. Oh, but yeah, yes. Without the bad stuff.
Yeah,
without the bad stuff. And I'm the baby. So the only reason my parents were able to tour with me is because I was the baby. My siblings were already growing and moving out of the house. But had I been the middle child, my mother would not have gone.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know. So we learned the hard way, dude. And even then, we learned the business of on the road, but we didn't learn the business of the record contracts and the royalties and the mechanical royalties. That's where we learned the hard way.
How much money do you think you got left on the table?
Millions.
Millions?
I'm not kidding. And I'm not the only Tejano artist to say that.
Well, most musicians, you see them, a lot of them end up broke. You
Dude,
see tons of them end
well,
up broke.
because, you know, what do you have to show for yourself, you know, type thing. And our pioneers, like your Little Joes and your Rubens and your Laura Canales, like my pioneers, the Tejano pioneers for me, had it worse, dude.
Oh, I could imagine.
They had it worse than me.
I used to pay them in beer.
Dude, I mean, they would pack the house and they'd send them home with nothing.
I believe it. Like the old Motown.
Exactly
guys,
like that.
they got screwed
Exactly
over.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Exactly like that. You know, and you know, Berry Gordy, he had the formula for success,
Yeah.
but he knew what he was doing
Oh,
on the
yeah.
other side.
They give you a Cadillac, but it's not in your name.
That's right, dude. And that's what these new artists too. Like I mentor some that are on the verge of signing with major deals, and they call me, and I'm like, okay, I'm proud of you that you're getting that recognition, but let me explain something to you. It's even worse now. That money that they're going to hand you is just an advancement. It's not your monies, okay? And at the end of the day, everything you're doing is for them. It's theirs. It's not yours, okay? Now, I sometimes I strongly encourage them just to do things independently.
Yeah, that's what a lot of artists are doing independent now, right?
Yeah, but even then you need help.
Yeah.
Even then, with technology, everybody wants to produce at home. They think the quality of that is record quality, and you know that's where I'm like, you need the advice. You need to run it by someone who knows, who can tell you what to do. You know, so but I love what I do, y'all. I love it more than being on stage, man.
Oh, I bet.
All day, every day.
You're still in the mix,
I love
too.
helping people, dude. That is my main gift. I think that is one of the main gifts that God gave me was the ability to help people.
Well, I think the main fruits of your labor are all your artists.
They are.
Because once they produce and then you see the finished product, you're like,
Because it's hard for me
Yes.
it's hard for me to just work with them in my walls and then not worry about once I hand them the product, what are they going to do with it?
Yeah.
And how are people accepting them? And how are they representing themselves? Image-wise, attitude-wise. You know, you go to visit my studio, which one day I hope you guys come visit. my floor mat says, leave your ego at the door. Like, that's it. And that's what I mean. There's no egos in this studio.
I just think that like artists nowadays, they have to be just as careful because there's a gotcha moment everywhere you turn.
Dude. And the first impression's lasting impression. And, really, is that your character?
Exactly.
You want to be you.
Yeah.
You want to be authentically you. And musically speaking, I want to help create my slogan, if you will, at Shell Shock is legacy building one artist at a time. That's what I do. And I want to build their legacy because they don't understand that when you go into that studio, it's not just about something to do. It's not just about recording a record. Do you understand that that is forever? And then when you release that song may become somewhat part of someone's life.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand how powerful that is?
That's somebody's soundtrack right there.
The gift of music is a powerful gift.
Music is a carbon footprint of your life.
Absolutely. It's everyone's diary, dude. Yeah. We all have it in our playlists in our phones, right?
Oh, yeah.
When we're feeling certain things, we have go-to songs.
Yeah. Well, when you're going through something or something, you play a song, it takes you back to a certain moment in your life.
And it reminds you of an ex or of your grandparents or when you lived in a certain house and then that triggers a smell. Oh, yeah. Right? Yep. It's like all of those things, they matter.
Well, music can make like goosebumps.
For sure, dude.
Changes your whole body.
You're not going to believe this, but the song that you sing with Jay with Mariachi.
No Volveré. Yes.
That song transcends me back to my dad's bar.
That's awesome, man.
And it's like, I didn't live in town. I lived out of town, but every time I come in, I play that song.
And you can imagine it and you smell it.
I could smell the beer on the ground. That's right. I could smell the old man that would sit at the bar.
That's right, dude.
I don't know if that's good or not.
You see?
But I mean, it triggers something
it's
in your
powerful
mind.
And it's beautiful. Yes. And when I sit down with my artists, this is what I ask them. And they look at me like I'm crazy sometimes. I'm like, do you understand this gift that you're given? Like, do you understand what do you want to do with it? Like, there's two types of artists. There's artists who want to do it just because it's okay. Like maybe they have jobs or they go to school and they just want to record music, and that's okay. And then there's the artists that do want to have a legacy.
That live it.
And I'm like, okay, well then you have to understand why you're doing it. And then when they come in and they're like, oh, I like this style. I like corrido. I'm like, okay, well, do you listen to a lot of corrido? No, but it's popular right now and I really like it. Okay, well, we're not going to do it if you don't study it and respect it first.
Yeah.
Don't just do a genre just because it's popular. Do it because you enjoy it and because you respect the genre. I would expect anyone that's coming into Tejano to do that, just like I have to other genres that I've composed, because I compose any and all genres. It doesn't matter. It's not just Tejano. It's punk rock, heavy metal, hip hop, R&B, neo soul, oldies. I mean, you name it, country, it don't matter. And because I love all types of music.
Yeah.
So I respect it. But I study it. When I first did bachata for my artist Alicia C, I'd never written or produced bachata music before. So I started listening. Muska and I would listen to Romeo and stuff like that. Santos, yeah, we would listen to Aventura a lot because she got me into listening to bachata, actually. Yeah. And so I went back to those songs that she and I would listen to, and I'm like, okay, and I would study the finesse of it and the instrumentation of it, and then I would listen to Alicia's voice, and I'm like, okay, what's going to complement her? I don't just listen to music, guys. I visualize it. I see it, and I write in colors.
You're like Kanye West over here.
I just do. At the end of the day, it's a painting for me, dude. The final mix and master has to have the colors in this specific place because I visualize it. I have so many paintings in my head of songs that I've done, and
you could dissect a song down to the
no doubt. That's because I've worked with great musicians that taught me to do that.
That's badass. Musicians
that could never read music, even like. I worked with some today, as a matter of fact, in my studio, because I'm doing a song that I'm actually going to sing on called Latinos de todo el mundo. And it's a reggaeton song, and it's for Volavision, my friends out of Dallas. They have a network. And this is a song that they had done, I think in 2007. And the song was very dated. And they're like, we want to redo it. I'm like, I can't do it like that. It's going to have to be redone. So I just kept the lyrics, and I did completely different instrumentation, different style. I brought in a brass section because to me, I have to have the real deal. I like MIDI, but not when it comes to brass. I'm like, I got to have the real McCoy. Because that goes back to when I was a kid, when I started with the orquesta. And I played with the best players. And so, they read. And I'm showing them what I have, but I don't read. I just play, and I know what I hear.
Oh, you don't read?
I don't read music at all. but I admire that. You know, my students at UT San Antonio read, obviously, and I learn from them. And I'm like, sorry guys, I don't have charts. I just can show you what I did on already.
It's like a whole language.
Yeah.
My son's in marching band and he's all into music.
Yeah.
And he comes into, I don't even know, he's like speaking a different
I
language.
kind of can understand when I'm talking it, but I
Yeah.
can't read it.
Yeah.
Like it looks Japanese to me, dude.
I was signed up to go to band in middle school, and I discovered football, and I didn't know that you had to actually transfer out of that class.
Oh,
So
dang.
I got a slip in the mail like, your son's 87 days absent from band. My dad's like, you're not going to class? I'm like, yeah. I go to football instead of band. He goes, no. You got to check
You got to
out."
go to band.
Yeah,
Oh
so-
my gosh. So
so-
did you do band?
No.
Oh.
But I'm a big, I love all types of music.
Yeah.
My uncle was in an orchestra. He played in a
You're speaking my language.
he played with the great
A big band lord.
Oh yeah, he played the conga, the timbales, and
love
the
it.
trumpet, and he played with Perez Prados and La Cruz. Like
Oh
the
my
big
God.
ones.
You're speaking my language.
Tito Puente. So I was like, man. So he gifted
badass
me.
music.
He gifted me a
Hell
trumpet, and I was like, one day I'll learn how to play it.
And that's a hard trumpet. I mean, the hard trumpet's a hard instrument.
Yeah.
That's who I was talking to about today with Ryan, the guy I had coming
Okay.
doing trumpet for me. And he was explaining to me about he had this situation with his face one day and how he couldn't play. And I'm like, it's so like, and it depends like on the weather, it depends on your face, it depends on like, what did you eat? All kinds of stuff for the trumpet.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I always wanted to learn the sax like Lisa Simpson.
Well, you're like my wife. She loves The Simpsons. I love the cello. That is my favorite instrument.
The instruments, I love that instrument.
It's so daunting
Yeah.
yet so sexy and so dramatic.
There's also the harp. I like listening
The
when
harp
people
is
play the
beautiful
harp. It's
too.
badass.
Harp in mariachi music is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so my wife bought me a cello for my birthday, and I started teaching myself how to play because I can fret because I play guitar. So, but you know, I fret this hand, and you know, so I started playing this way. And years back, I fractured my hand right here, and I was in a cast, and I would play my timbales with a cast, and so I had a big cast like that. So as I was playing, the bow's really heavy. And you have to bow like really far out to hit the strings on the other side. And I started like cramping. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I can do this, right? So I flipped it and I started playing the other way. And I was like, because I can do that with the drums too. I can play left-handed and right-handed.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So my brother was the musician in my family. He could play guitar and piano and drums. So I grew up looking at that. But the cello, I'm still teaching myself how to play it because eventually I'm going to play it into what I do. And now that I've transitioned and teaching over there, this is my third year as artist in residence. In March, I'm going to be starting the very first Tejano ensemble at the university. So I'm very
That's
excited for that.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But my goal now moving into films, transitioning into films, because I'm doing soundtracks now and I'm composing music for films. I want to have the full orchestra in my studio and record
that's gonna
the
be
full
epic.
orchestra.
Is it big enough to hold the whole orchestra?
The one I'm going to have is going to be
Okay,
big
okay.
enough. And from my mouth to God's ears.
Yes.
Where I'm at is like my baby studio. This is like my beginner studio. I do a lot in there, though. Don't get me wrong. I still record orchestra ensembles in
Yeah.
there, but not the full.
Yeah.
Mariachis, same thing. But that's my goal. That's my dream.
I want to ask you on the full ensemble, will you have an actual director or will it be?
I
you?
will be directing.
Nice. You got to get the behind.
And I don't know
Yeah.
if you've ever seen Justin Bieber. He conducts an orchestra, but he does it like what I do. Like when I'm doing arrangements for my band members, I'll either do it on keyboard or I'll do it with my mouth. And sometimes I'm like how I want it to sound, and they get it from there. And that's exactly what he did. He's conducting the orchestra, and he's like, "Okay, strings, you're gonna do boom, 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 dun, 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 and then this one, dun, 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 dun." He'll do the harmony, and then that's how they play. And then he conducts them. And I'm like, that's exactly how I
That's
I do
when-
it.
When the orchestras are doing that, like the directors, are they really like?
Yeah, they're direct.
I
I've
thought
always
they just
wondered the
waving their
same
arms
thing.
around like, you know what I
I've
mean?
always
I think
wondered
of
that
Bugs
too.
Bunny. I think it's Bugs Bunny.
Because they're looking at the paper, right? And you're wondering. No, they are. They're paying attention.
Their signals.
They're
like,
paying attention.
Okay, I just
and
thought
then
they were
they're
just-
pointing at them for, okay, this is you, and then they'll tell them like pull back a little bit. You know, Ron is the director. He does orchestra and the marching band at UT San Antonio. Their orchestra is incredible. Like there's so much talent at the university, y'all. Like they're just so good. And I went to see the 50th anniversary of the School of Music, and they did an orchestra piece, and he was, directing them, and you could just see his passion. And there's one director that I follow in particular on TikTok, and I feel so bad. He's a Latino. When he talks to them, he's like, no, but this and play this, and like you can feel his passion. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to direct an orchestra. That's my dream.
I think that's like a rush in itself, because you're kind of pumping yourself up to get the best out of them.
So you're telling everybody what to do.
There's y'all need to see it. It's a documentary, and it's called Maestra. There's only very few women conductors.
Oh, really?
In the world. And it was like a competition that they did. And they were, they were so good. It was so inspiring to see. But, I don't let the fact that I can't read music hold me back. I feel like I know music theory because I do it. And I used to say that I hated math because I was always so bad in math because I'm dyslexic with numbers. Yeah. And, but the guy that I bring into my studio, he's primarily a hip hop producer. He's touring with Louis the Singer right now, his guitar player, as his guitarist.
That guy's blowing up.
And Dan is my one of my Shell Shock producers. I allow him to bring his clients into my studio, and he does work with me too. Very talented musician. He's the one that told me, he's like, Shelly, you're already doing music theory. You're doing fractions. I'm like, I never thought about it like that. When I compose music, I didn't realize that. But I just love it, guys. And now I do it for hospice, and that really pushed me to a totally different side of looking at things.
Is that just for like?
I do it for Harmony Hospice Care of San Antonio. It's my family-owned company.
Oh, really?
I
just saw a post something somebody talking about Harmony Hospice.
Yeah, that's who I do it with, and only through them. Because when I was deciding to retire, I wanted to completely step away from music. I was ready to do something totally different.
You didn't do a good job at it?
No. I was ready. And I was ready probably, maybe even in my early 20s. I was already thinking about what was I going to do? Was I going to go back to school? Was I going to, because I love, at this time I was always really big into fitness and working out and eating healthy and training. And so I studied fitness and nutrition on the road. I studied physical therapy aid on the road. And I was like, okay, am I going to go into that? I don't know if I want to go into that. And then my dad got sick. He had a stroke in 99. So my mom and I became his caregiver. He could function. Don't get me wrong. My father was paralyzed on the right, but he was very independent, very strong-willed man. My father, like I told you, he wouldn't take no for an answer. Very stubborn with physical therapy and thinking he knew more than they did. And so I just loved caring for my dad. Like, I enjoyed it. I loved, sadly, once he got worse and, like when he had a stroke, I had to feed him, change him, bathe him, carry him to the toilet. And, because my dad was 250 pounds at the time he had a stroke. My mom is tinier than me, so she couldn't lift him. So that's, and then being in the hospital with him, like I saw people caring for him and I'm like, I really love that.
Yeah.
And then, so that's when I realized, okay, maybe I need to be a nurse, and then as my father was passing, I saw the hospice side, like the nurses, like at transition and like how it was so necessary. And that really spoke to me. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. COVID hit. And that's when I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
So you got your RN as a nurse?
No, well, hold on.
I'm learning something about you, man. You go after shit. You're
I don't let nobody stop me. Like,
making me feel like a loser over here.
No. I just feel so thankful that every day we wake up, we're a miracle.
Yeah.
And God gives us, people call it entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. I call them gifts.
Okay.
God gives us many. This is one of yours.
Appreciate
right?
it. Thank you.
But you have more than that. I'm sure. And you're probably, I don't know how old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay. So probably when you hit your 50s, God willing, you're still here, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
You're going to realize you have more and you're going to go after that. But some people go their whole life without realizing they even have a gift.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not. They're like, I'm not good at anything.
I think
I'm
we've
not
all
good
met
at
people like that.
anything.
A lot.
You have many gifts. She has many gifts. I have many gifts. So I told my dad in 2015, Dad, I want to go to nursing school. That's what I want to do. COVID hit, and my father passed in 2016. COVID hit. I made my announcement to social media that I was retiring on my 40th year, which was in 2022. So I said, I'm going to tour 2021. I'm going to tour 2022. After that, y'all, I'm done. I'm going to nursing school. But let me backtrack just a bit. 2015, 2020, when did I do caregiving? 2013? 2013. Okay, so 2013. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to be a nurse, like I got to make sure I can care for someone other than my dad. So one day I'm driving. I pull up to Avion. It's a home health.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in there and I meet the owner. She's a white lady. And I said, I want to be a caregiver. I go, but I can only do it twice a week because I have a full-time career. She's like, well, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a musician. She's like, oh, okay. What type of music? And I'm like, I do Tejano. Okay. And I go, but again, I can only do it twice a week, like Tuesday, Wednesday. Because Mondays I'm coming off the road. Thursdays I'm prepping. So I can only do it twice a week. Okay. So she gives me the job. I drive off. She calls me. She's like, do you know that you're on Wikipedia, Shelly? And I'm like, yeah, I guess you Googled me. And she's like, why do you want to do this? I said, you mean, why don't I want to do this? There's a lot of reasons why I want to do this. She's like, but I'm only going to pay you $11 an hour. I'm like, but I'm not doing this for the money. There's a reason why I'm doing this. And I feel like God is calling me to do something and I have to listen. So I did it. And I got paired up with hospice patients. And that's when I realized hospice. I loved it. Like I loved it. And I had a senora for like three years.
It's got to be hard though, no, to make connection with these people and then.
No, it's not hard at all.
Really? But when they pass, it's got to.
No, because I'm okay with transitioning.
Okay.
Because I believe that that's not the end. That's the beginning of life. That's my belief.
Yeah.
So as long as it's my belief, then I can deal with it. So anyway, long story short, 2023, I was ready to start nursing school in April of 23. My cousin Sylvia, who owns Harmony Hospice Care, calls me in February and says, we're going to add music support to our company because not very many companies do it.
Mm-hmm.
They do not offer music, therapy, music support.
Yeah, you would think it would be integrated.
You would think so because it's so therapeutic for dementia especially. So she's like, and I want you to do it. And I was like, I say this story all the time because it's the truth. I hung up the phone and I fell to my knees and I cried. And I said, God, I get it. You are telling me that not only did you give me the gift of wanting to help and serve people, you gave me the gift of music for a reason and you don't want me to leave it. And you gave me what I want. You gave me hospice. I'm still working in hospice, just not as an RN.
Yeah.
But with my other gift. So I love doing it. And it's so rewarding, guys. And I can go on and on with stories about how it's so beneficial to patients that have anxiety, fear, depression. And hospice is not only for end of life. It's not only for when we are going to pass away. It could be temporary as well. So that's a misconception that people have about hospice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was only.
There's a lot of different areas of hospice that you can benefit from. But I love it. And it's not about me. It's not about Shelly Lares as an entertainer.
Yeah.
It's about Shelly as a human to another human being.
And they get to escape for that moment.
Oh my God, dude. And the first lady that I did with Harmony, we walked in the house. The daughter knew who I was. They were Tejano fans. My cousin Sylvia was with me. And the lady, I have to know who the patient is. And so I'd learned that she loved mariachi music and used to sing it at the San Fernando Cathedral. And so when I'm sitting, I'm going in there, the daughter's like, I don't think she's up to it today. And my cousin's like, just let her try. Let's see what happens. I go into this room and she's isolated. She's a little tiny little prietita, beautiful lady. And she's in the fetal position with her eyes closed. But, you know, when the babies are asleep, but they're kind of like looking at you, but you know, they want you to think they're sleeping, but they're not. Yeah. That's how she was doing it. So I leaned in and I introduced, I said, hi, my name is Shelly. I'm with Harmony Hospice Care. And I hear you love mariachi music. The minute I said mariachi music, her eyes opened. And she goes, she nodded. I go, I love it too. She goes, I love boleros. I said, I love boleros too. I said, can I sing my favorite bolero for you? And she nodded, yes. And Mil Besos is one of my biggest hits. But it was originally done in 1954 as a bolero. So I started singing, Encontrado en tu amor. And she went like, sat up. And she's like, La fe perdida. And started singing with me.
So I'm about to jump up right now too.
And we started singing together. And the daughter was like, what in God's name? Like, the daughter was crying. My cousin Sylvia was crying. This lady and I were having this moment, you know, and she passed 2 weeks later. But we had that moment where my job is comfort care.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I comforted her. I made her happy with music. And, you know, we just need to really think about how we treat people and why we're here. Because at the end of the day, God ain't going to look at my Grammy nominations, my 43-year career, my studio, my accolades. God is going to look at what did you do with your life, Shelly, and how did you treat other people? How did you make other people feel?
That's a good way to look at things.
That's what God's going to look at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and if I said that in my speech when I was honored, if all I'm remembered for is my music career, then dude, I failed. Because there's a lot more to that.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you said, it transcends you.
Big time, dude.
And when you're at the end of your rope and you
Yes.
hear something like that, it's like, let me think and live in that moment. And I know I'm getting,
because we're all going to be there too. We're all going to be in that position.
We're all leaving.
We're all leaving. And I don't want to stay here forever.
Nah.
I mean, if God were to take me today, I can honestly tell you, I feel like I've done good things in my life. I feel like I've lived a very full life. So I'd be happy. But we know that the longer we live is the longer blessing, right? That God allows us to be here. But I want to be with my dad again. Like, I mean, I want to, see my loved ones and for eternity, God willing. But I'm very grateful to God. And I thank God every day, the moment I open my eyes. The minute I open my eyes, I thank God. Thank you for opening my eyes. Thank you for letting me breathe. Thank you for giving me this gift of music and for providing for me and my family and my friends. And, I mean, we just have to be grateful. It's all about gratitude and kindness and love. That's what it should be about. And we live in a very hateful world, but I say this all the time. I think there's a lot of good in the world. We just don't hear about it.
Oh, yeah. It's easy. Everybody points out the bad all the time.
For sure,
Nobody
man.
goes around pointing out the good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, right now, you're inspiring me like crazy.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to go here tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up and be like, okay, what can I do today?
Yes. What could I do?
And you're gonna start singing.
Yeah, man.
Singing, nobody wants to hear me singing, bro.
That's okay.
If I go to hospice, they might die early.
No.
I don't think I'm keeping anybody alive with this voice.
No, but I don't mean to get all deep and stuff. But I mean, I'm a very spiritual woman.
Nah,
I'm
like
a very intense woman. Really, I try to be authentic, just me, because God creates us all individuals, and we're all created with purpose, on purpose, to be great. God didn't make us to be mediocre. That's why do all of the things you love.
Yeah.
People will criticize you. Gosh, Shelly, you're doing so many things. Yeah, because I'm doing everything I love.
Yeah, no shit. You guys hear that? You guys
Everything
get your
I
asses
love.
up and do something.
Do something.
Don't sit on the couch doing nothing.
Except if you put ketchup on tamales. I meant what I said yesterday.
Oh, that was...
I think my wife does that.
Oh,
Oh,
She does that.
what's the name?
Mia.
Mia, it's okay.
You're the
She's
exception.
a foodie. My
She's the
wife is a
exception.
foodie.
Oh, I
She
gotta
freaking loves food, dude.
I gotta meet her.
You gotta meet her. You'll love her. She's a beautiful person, funny. Always wakes up happy, dude. Always.
I definitely gotta
How long
meet
have you
her.
guys been together?
We've been together 8 years. We've been married since January.
Okay.
But we've been together 8 years. And
Congratulations.
And I know like my family loves her. She's very close to my mother. My mother loves Mia to death. And I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, my father would have loved her too. No doubt. No doubt. So she does a lot of things like my dad, to be honest. It's pretty funny because my dad, you know, he didn't like wait for people to do things. Like he did it. He taught us that way too. Don't wait for anybody to do something for you. You got to do it yourself.
If you want it done right, do it.
That's right, man. So,
Only.
but no, I mean,
say, daughters always go for somebody like their dad. You know what I mean?
that's true.
That's
I
what
heard
everybody
that.
says.
I'd
Yeah.
always heard that. Of course, it's a woman, but you know, but her, you know, she figures it out, dude. She's a jack of all trades. I mean, she can do anything and everything, from construction to she's a makeup artist to, I mean, God, she actually works for Harmony Hospice.
So what is it that you guys don't do, man? You guys are in everything.
We're a very strong couple.
Uh-huh.
We support each other in everything we do, but we're very independent women as well. And we respect each other for that. We're not up each other's butts all the time, all day. Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you? We're not that.
No codependency there.
No toxica.
No, absolutely.
There's got to be one toxica.
Zero.
Who's the toxica there? There's got to be one.
Neither one of us. Right?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Of friends?
No,
or
I'm talking about in
Me
a
and-
relationship. There's always got to be one.
Neither one of us, right? Neither one of us are.
You got to have one because it makes it a little funnier. You know what I mean?
We're not.
But
That's
you know what?
crazy.
That's good.
Yeah, she's freaking hilarious, dude.
You know what I say?
Yes.
If you don't know who the toxica is, it's probably you.
Maybe so. I don't know.
And we go through life with what James says.
That's right. That's right, man. But I mean, I'm super proud of you guys. I mean, you're doing something you love. You're connecting with people all over the world.
Appreciate that.
You don't even realize that, right?
Nah.
I mean, maybe now we're going to have the podcast in different languages, which
Yes.
would be super dope.
So now my fiance's in Mexico.
Hey.
So they can have it translated. Like, they have it
Sweet.
closed
Well, there you
captioned.
go.
So we're on our
Saludos para
Mi
toda la
amor.
gente en México.
Una leyenda vivente.
Ah, thank
We're
you.
celebrities in Oaxaca.
Hey, love it, dude.
We got love in Oaxaca, Veracruz, Piedras Negras, Coahuila, Monterrey. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
No, a little bit at a time, man. But you love what you do, and you do it with good intention, and with happiness and joy, and all that's going to come of that is our blessings, dude. That's it.
I do want to ask you this. I know that I believe you were one of the youngest inducted into the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Did that differ on your acceptance speech to the San Antonio Female Hall of Fame? Or was it almost the same?
It was kind of the same. Yeah, because I mean, I was 30 when I was inducted, but I was inducted on my 25th year, which really meant a lot to me because being in the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame was my main goal as an artist in my genre. Because to me, that's yes,
the pinnacle.
Grammys are great, but this is my people. This is my genre. These are my roots, you know, people that paved the way for me. But no, I don't think it was very different. I mean, it was still thanking my family, my parents, my genre, and, you know, the fans really that have allowed me to represent Tejano music. And I mean, not everyone that loves Tejano music is a Shelly Lares fan. And that's fine.
How could they not be?
I mean, that's okay.
I just heard you sing right now. I don't know how they couldn't be, man. That's fucking.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
And to me, I mean, like I said, I'm more of a Tejano kind of.
I'm learning about it.
Love it.
Because the way he talks about tech stuff is me with music.
Yeah,
But
that's why y'all get along so well.
Yes, we're the yin and the yang.
That's right, man.
So with you growing up, you were one of my favorite artists.
Thank you.
And it was kind of, it was easy.
You have no idea how excited he's been.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, dude, she said yes.
of course.
And then, but growing up in the 90s when Tejano was like
Booming, yeah.
I was like, I don't understand how, one, you made it through being a female in a male-dominated genre.
Was not easy.
Two, there wasn't really a lot of female.
No, dude. When I started in 82, I was one of 7.
Yes. Because I remember growing up, my parents, you had Patsy Torres, you had Laura Canales.
Yeah, in 82 was Laura Canales, Patsy, Janie C. Ramirez, Elsa Garcia, Linda Escobar, Selena, and me.
And that's why, but from that beginning to the zenith,
Yeah.
it was you and Selena.
Yeah, because even let's even think about, and I mean, I do have to give credit where credit is due for the women, because after, you know, in the 90s, Tejano was booming, right? Like we said, it was one of the biggest top selling genres in music of that time. And then unfortunately, when Selena passed in 95, and then corporate America left, music started changing, Norteño started coming in. There was a lot of reasons why that didn't have to do with Selena's death. There was a lot of things that contributed to the decline, if you will, of Tejano music in its popularity, if you will. So shortly after that, like think about the women who still were holding down the fort after that, up until now. You know, we had a lot of women come and go too. Yes. You know, there were a lot of women that came and went. Unfortunately, Esmeralda was super talented. You know, Stephanie Lynn. You know, Culturas del Delia. You know, there's a few more that came and went in and left after the decline. But really, Elida and Steph and me were really the ones that held it down.
Well, I think that you're like the North Star, the guiding light of females coming up.
Well, thank you for saying that. Because
like
I really, it wasn't a movement, I would call it, but I mean, for lack of a better word, that I really implemented into the younger women that started coming, that they needed to be supportive of each other. So they knew that I didn't like seeing them go at it. Like they knew it. And I didn't like that, you know, because I always said, look, you know, you have to show respect to the genre and you have to show respect to the women that came before you too, because I kept that in mind. The Lauras and the Patsies. Patsy was my mentor. Patsy Torres is my mentor to this day. And I can't come into this industry and do that and show that type of representation when those women helped put me here.
Yeah.
You know? So I always feel like you have to always remember your greats. And that's one thing that I've hated about Tejano music is that our people do not have enough respect for the pioneers. That's my opinion. I see the difference in like country music, like you see their pioneers and they're like, they have this respect for them and they treat them with respect. And the Ruben and Sonny and Little Joe, like, you know, I mean, they talk about them on social media. I'm like, do you understand what these people sacrifice for our style of music? I mean, you know, it's wrong.
And speaking of Little Joe, he just had his 85th birthday.
Yeah, 85th birthday.
At
yeah.
Heine's place. We didn't go to Heine's place.
Yeah, she was there.
Oh, I saw it on social media.
As a music lover, I love Los 45.
Oh yeah,
those dudes.
They're incredible.
They're
I use the guys a lot for a lot of my recordings for brass because they're John's my go-to. John is my go-to. And speaking of, we were talking about collaborations. You were talking about, I've done over 30 collaborations. So the guy from Hot Tamales was my first collaboration, but my real collaboration was Little Joe. When he asked me in 1993 to be on his Que Pasa album, we did a medley of Ojitos Negros y Chinos. And it was so surreal because let's go back to when I first was with Hot Tamales. My brother-in-law, or soon-to-be brother-in-law, was a huge Little Joe fan. And he would play his records all the time. And that was the wedding that I played at with Hot Tamales for the first time with my sister and my brother-in-law's wedding. And I played at the club OP, that's by Janie's Record Shop. I was performing there with Hot Tamales one night on a Wednesday night. And the manager of Hot Tamales came up to me and said, "Hey, Little Joe's here watching you." And I'm like, "What?" I was 11 at this time. And they're like, "He wants to meet you." So I'm like, oh, and he was there with Margot, his manager then. And he was in a little dark corner. And I'll never forget. I remember it just like yesterday, guys. I was 11, but I remember it. I walked over to him and he put his arm around me. He goes, "Little girl, you got a big voice for your size." I said, "Well, I could say the same thing for you." And fast forward, that was in 1983. Fast forward 10 years, and then I'm on his record.
Wow.
You know, cool. And I mean, a legend, you know, asking me. And so I see them and they're my friends, but there's still that star thing that I feel around them. I feel the same thing about Patsy. Like I'm still like that little girl that she would bring on stage and talk to and mentor. But that's a respect level. And you know.
You're absolutely right. And also, not to take away from that, but I remember seeing you at a benefit that Chona E had at Brewster. and you showed up with a dance troupe.
Yeah.
And a group
With
of
my
people.
with some of my artists.
Yes.
I told you he's a real fan.
Yeah.
So I was there. I was sitting with my boss and his sister, and I was like, "Hey, that's Shelly Lares." And on both of my sons, I shit you not, when you walked in, there's this aura about you, around you. So you walk in and you're not asking, "Hey, I'm here." Like, come adore me.
But did you faint, bro?
No, because I was sitting down. My boss called me. I had my back to the wall. But when you walk in, you know when someone important walks in.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because of how they carry themselves.
It's funny you say that because Bumper says that about me. He's like, Shelly, when you walk in the room, it's like an alpha female walks in the room. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's, confidence, if you will. Just I'm in my element too. Yeah, I'm comfortable. I guess it's just like anyone to be like a basketball player walking onto the court, They know what they're doing. They're walking in.
Yeah.
Like women.
Exactly.
You have a lightness to you. They
thank
say
you.
when people are living in their purpose and stuff, they're light.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's
I feel it. I feel like my alignment of my life, mind, body, soul is just, and I love being a woman in my 50s. I'll be 54 in November.
Really?
What?
I love it. I love being in my 50s. I loved my 30s. I loved all my decades of my life because they all taught me something. And I learned, and I know men and women are very different in that respect. I hear it happens in different times for men and women. But I always tell like my wife, especially, she's like, I'm already viejita. And I'm like, well, then what does that make me? Because she's 12 years younger than me. But I'm like, no, embrace that decade. Don't look at it as like, dang, I'm getting old. I'm 40. No, that's a blessing that you're turning 40. It's a blessing that you're going to be 50 years old. And just be open-minded to the things that your body does. Like you think differently. It's just weird. It's in a good weird, not a bad weird.
Yeah.
But I pay attention to that. And like I don't take anything for granted, honestly. My friendships, where I am at whatever moment in time, because this isn't by accident. This isn't by timing. This is God's timing for us to be in this room together, to get to know each other, become friends.
That's cool.
And that's what it's about.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and like I said, not to be fangirling, but when
He's
you notice,
fangirling. He's
Hi.
fangirling. He's a fan.
I love it.
If you ever got a big old pair of chones thrown on you while you're on the stage, it was this guy right here.
well, one, I don't wear them anymore. But
He goes
another
commando.
story. That's another
He
story.
goes commando. Cochino.
But the thing, like I said, the thing about you, and you notice it with other people, because I'm a big fan of music, and I'll notice different people. One of the people that I did notice it also, and she said to tell you hi, she says your buddy, Jenny B.
Yes, that's my girl.
So I messaged her as
Yes.
well. So, she's like, make sure you tell her hi and that she's my buddy. I'm like,
Yes, I mentor Jenny.
And I told her, I get the same thing out of you.
Yeah, she's got great energy, good positive energy. And I think again, like when you're doing what you love, because for women it's been difficult. And I say this a lot too. I have to keep in mind with all of my artists that come to me maybe a little bit later than very young, that maybe have a full-time job, have families and kids. I have to kind of not be easy on them, but take that into consideration because I didn't go through that. I became committed to my career at 10 years old. See?
And you're focused.
Right. So like with Jenny, I have a huge amount of respect for her because she's not touring yet, might I say. Y-E-T, capital, yet. But the way that she commits herself to her career, being a wife, a mom of 2 small kids, and having a full-time job.
And
then the career, it's like, you see what I'm saying? So it's hard. And the music industry is not easy because you have to find this balance. That's why I call myself the music industry navigator, because you have to find this balance of having a family and focusing on your career. Because like you're also married to your career.
Yeah.
It's like having a Sancho or Sancha. Really. It's like you have to designate the time where it needs to be. Because if not, there's so much gift out there, and talent only gets you so far, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's not about talent. It's about your work ethic. It's about your business. It's about all of those things. Your discipline.
Or what did Edward James almost ganas?
That's right. Exactly.
ganas.
You have to have ganas. It's true.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like this place here is my wife's place.
Yeah.
She's a permanent makeup artist.
Love it.
And wife.
Mia's
and
going to
mother-
want to come to her.
Oh,
My
yeah.
wife wants to do that. By the
you
way,
have
go
to
ahead.
follow her on
Yeah.
Vanessa Beauty Studios.
Yes.
But I see the dedication she puts into this, and then still
Yes.
has to go home and cook and
Yes.
and wait on me. You know what I mean? I still
Yeah.
want my feet rubbed.
Yeah.
And,
And she takes
stuff.
care of you and it
Yeah.
works. And
Yeah.
I mean, but that's why God's blessing you with these things because you're putting in the work for each other and the
Yeah, yeah.
support. And when you have that, it's hard to find, man, especially
yeah.
in this day and age. I think it's really difficult to find.
Oh yeah.
But that's awesome that you guys see that. And for guys, I'm not going to say it's easy because it's not for men either. It's a little easier if you're a musician, though. I'm saying not the front person, but if you're the musician, because the wife stays back and holds down the fort,
Yeah.
and the guys go and tour and they come back,
Well,
right?
you know what it is? I think women get that like motherly guilt. Like,
They do.
Guilty for being away from the kids and stuff.
Oh man, Elida and Steph would tell me about that. They had motherly guilt a lot, even though their children were with their parents,
Yeah.
who they trusted more than anyone, right? They've had the support, and that's why the girls were able to continue with their careers for so long, for 30 years, because both of them have been doing it 30 years. But that's why, because if not, forget it. I know Steph took her kids on the road till they went to school. Like she had them with her.
Yeah.
Elida was different, I think, because they had their dad back home, so they would stay with them or with her parents. But she does say, I missed out on a lot because I missed out on my nieces and nephews being born. I missed birthdays, holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve was always a big time of year. That was when we got paid the most. So yeah, I missed out on a lot of things. I don't regret it. But it's part of the sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's part of it. It's the nature of the beast, as they say.
You got to want it.
You
first of
do,
all,
man.
But it's got to come from within, not from people telling you or hyping you up.
Dude,
or-
because I've supported artists to the 1,000% in every way. But if they're not doing it, I tell them, I said, it doesn't matter what I want for you. I mean, I want the world for you, dude. I mean, I want you to make those connections you're talking about. But I can't do it for you. You have to do it. And if it doesn't come from you, and then if they don't have the support from home, it's not happening.
Yeah. If they don't have support from home,
It's
there's no
not
way.
happening.
Nah.
It's not.
I think you have to have. I'm sorry. You have to have that conversation like I would have with my son. 'Cause that-
Yes, you do.
That I want. I'm like, I want J-Lo.
So does my wife.
I was like, but I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my car that
That's
takes me
right.
to work.
That's right.
I need to eat to be able to work.
Yes, you do.
So then he got me. He goes, okay, I need $20. I'm like, shit. But he understood the message.
Yes.
So that way I was like, what do you need? You need clothes. You need shoes. You need school supplies. What do you need?
Right.
And then he understood it now. So
Right.
I did my part where, okay, you understand now. Now your turn to teach that to someone else.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, it's like anything else. It's not only in the music industry. It's anything.
Oh yeah.
It's anything you want in life. You got to go get it. You've got to go get it. Right now I'm patiently waiting to see if one of my artists is going to make a move to San Antonio or to Austin or to Dallas or to Houston, because I see that the opportunities are better. And when you have the capability of not being married, not having children, having a good job that you can get anywhere, right now is the time.
Sky's the
It
limit.
opens up. It opens
are you
up
waiting
more doors
for?
for you. Yeah.
What are you
Sky's the
waiting
limit.
for? Because then what happens? You get in a relationship, he or she may not want you to do it. And you're going to be like, well, I don't want to lose him or her, so I'm not going to do it. I'm producing this new artist right now. Her name is Lorena. She is a mom of 2 and married and always wanted to have a career. She got pregnant very young, she said, and spent her time raising her children. She started doing like restaurants and performances with pistas and stuff in Odessa area. And her husband was running her sound and helping her, finally encouraging her, look, you can still do this. You still got time. Because now times are so different. It's not like back in the day where you had to be 15, 16, 17 years old, or you had to be skinny. And, now I think people have opened up a lot more. And that's one thing that I do love about the music industry, is that we're not in that that mindset anymore. People are actually embracing artists because of their gifts, right? And if they're relatable.
I think American Idol changes.
I think so. That's true. That's a very good point.
I love Ruben Studdard.
Yes.
It was Lizzo, bro.
Yeah, Lizzo.
It was Lizzo.
Dude, that girl is talented.
Oh, she's badass.
Well, look at Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll too?
Lizzo, sometimes I catch myself bumping her shit in the car because
She's incredible, dude.
Yeah, don't tell nobody though, right?
No,
That's
I love Lizzo.
Yes, we'll keep it secret.
Yeah.
No, Lizzo,
she's
she's incredible.
She's got those funk beats in there and just
Dude.
fucking.
And then you heard her sing with Kelly Clarkson? Did you see her on Kelly?
No, I don't
Look
think
up
so.
Kelly Clarkson's show with them singing together.
I'll have to check it out.
And you know Kelly Clarkson is a damn good singer. Lizzo was right there with her, dude.
Yeah.
Even Kelly was like, whoa, like blown away by Lizzo's voice.
I'm telling you, I'll be bumping and then people pull up and I have to turn it down real quick.
Why?
I'm just fucking.
Do it, dude. Do it. That's a compliment. That's awesome. But no, I think that's one thing that I do love about it now. And I told her, she's like, better late than never, Shelly. I said, no, right now's your time, girl. This is what God has been preparing you for, because maybe you weren't ready in your 20s.
Especially if she has a husband that's supporting her in it.
Yeah.
Because we see it all the time here. We get girls in here that are, artists, and they have all the talent in the world, but their husband is in the background. You know what I mean?
In their ear.
And they leave. They don't last. They don't make it past that
Dude,
point.
I've had how many artists that happen to? I mean, unfortunately, and fans are asking me, whatever happened to so and so and so and so and so and so.
Have you ever had that one artist that just like hurt you to the soul? And
Yeah,
disappointed
absolutely.
you?
Yes.
No names or nothing, but
No names,
yeah.
but very deeply. And I've dreamt about it twice already. I've dreamt about it twice already because it was someone that, like, I had so much belief in. I still do to this day. And, things were just barely starting to take off. Unfortunately, it didn't go through, but yeah, it really hurt me to the core because I spent so much, not for my time, but because I really feel in my heart of hearts that something beautiful would have come up for it, out of it. And we both worked very hard. I mean, I worked on the album for over a year.
Yeah.
Being in that studio by myself, hour after hour after hour after hour, just trying to perfect it for my artist and speaking very highly of my artist and going into those rooms and, taking over as a manager, as a booking agent, whereas technically as a label, I'm just a producer. I'm just responsible for producing your music and distributing it, promoting it. I didn't have to go the extra mile of managing you, putting your band together, booking you, all of those things. But I did it because I believed in my artist 1,000%, which I like I said, I still do, but it hurt me. I cried about it. And, I dreamt about it. It's crazy. But in my dream, it's like we're back working together.
Yeah. Does that ever make you...
So I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
That experience, does it ever make you gun shy from doing that with another artist?
Yes and no. I promised myself that I was going to come into 2025 meeting energy.
Mm-hmm.
If they meet my energy, I'm all about it.
Okay.
If it's like I'm more over there than you are over here, then it ain't happening.
Then you got to back off.
I have to back off for myself, for my own sake, because man, I take it y'all. I write music every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't write a song. So I constantly, my wife can vouch for this. When I'm at home, I'm on my phone or I'm singing something or I'm writing something or I'm doing a flyer for my artist or I'm setting up their radio tour or I'm like trying to get them a gig or like because I love it. But she's like, and I started my industry services because of my wife.
Oh, really?
Because she would be like, Beba, you have so much knowledge and you'd be on a phone with an artist for 3 hours telling them what to do. She's like, you have to value your time.
So you got to get paid for this.
Yeah,
shit.
she did. She did say that. And so did my board. So did my board. Let's go back. I know we had talked about, you asked me how many artists I had.
Yeah.
So let's go back to when I first, because I started Shell Shock Records in 2012 for myself. Because I was done with labels, dude. Mm-hmm. I was screwed over financially too many times. And so I started Shell Shock Records with the intention of signing artists way down the line. But I wanted to learn that side of the business. I wanted to learn about being a record CEO. And so when I retired and when I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to go into nursing school, and I had, UT San Antonio calling me, and my cousin wanted me to do this, and my wife wanted me to have my studio. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be able to do any of these things. I'm going to nursing school. And when I finally accepted the blessings and I said, okay, I'm going to go full time with Shell Shock. I heard of that artist that we were just talking about. I heard of Annika. She's my neo soul R&B artist who's just got this voice. And I heard Allie, and I heard Kiana, and I couldn't help it. Like, I started funding their records and I started releasing them, paying for everything, from the entire recording to the photography to everything. Yeah. And so when my business partner, probably like a year after, we started having our meetings regularly, and they'd be like, Shelly, you can't be spending this money on these artists that are nobody knows who they are. And I'm like, but that's what artist development is, takes time to build. They were mad at me for spending thousands of dollars into my artists. And I said, I go, let me put it to you like this then. Okay, let's talk marketing then. Okay, because any new business, you have to market it.
Yeah.
You have to. So let's talk marketing now, guys. Let's talk marketing strategy. Let me show you some of the quotes that I have from some PR firms that will market me for like 3 months. These are the figures we're looking at, and they're like, oh, that's a lot of money. I'm like, this is how I'm marketing Shell Shock over here. Mm-hmm. And I can do it because I know financially what I could do, like how to make it work with monies over here on this side more than I can over here. More over here, you just got to pay them the money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And over here, people were learning about me as a producer and learning the brand Shell Shock because of my artist. They could hear what I can do through my artist.
You were killing 3-4 birds with one stone right
That's
there.
Right.
Yep.
And so I don't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. Now things are different. Now I completely restructured Shell Shock. So I can't do that anymore. But I always told them, at the end of the day, I have a great team, but Shell Shock starts and ends with me. And I lead my label with an artist heart and a label mind. Yeah. And you'll never take the artist out of me. You'll never do. I don't care what you tell me.
I don't know nothing about the music industry, but if I was an artist, I don't want to be under another person that was an artist, not just all business. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
because they get it.
Yeah.
And really, not very many people do what I do, because they can come and utilize my services and not have to be signed to me. That's not cool. Saying I won't ever sign an artist again, but that's going to take a lot.
Really? I got another question. I asked you about the disappointment, but have you found that one person that like you would take on your wing and think could fill your shoes later on?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And not because they're not able.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they're ready yet, because either there's other kind of, not weirdness, but other things that are kind of happening that are uncertain, or they're too young.
Yeah.
How young? Because you started when you were 10.
I started when I was 10. So they're not as young as me. Well, Allie's I'd say the one that I took under my wing, Allie's my youngest. She'll be 15. Wow. But Allie, and she's very dedicated to her career. She has her own band out of Conroe, Texas. They play almost every weekend. Mm-hmm. But she's also in high school, and she's in dance.
Yeah.
And she's living a normal life. And she doesn't have a boyfriend yet. Yeah. I don't know about mom and dad if they're going to want that to happen, but it's reality.
Yeah, she's at that boy crazy
You never
age
know,
too,
man.
Yeah.
But she does love music. She does. She's very, 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 she's a perfectionist. I recorded her first record at 11 when she was 11.
Oh, no way.
We did a song for Rob Elementary.
Since she was 11 and you were doing that and producing
I knew
everything,
this kid was special.
Did it take you back in your days?
Oh, gosh, definitely. She reminds me a lot of me in a lot of ways.
So now, full circle.
You're
moment. Little Joe now.
Exactly. Right? Full circle moment. But all of my artists, I wouldn't be working with them if I didn't believe. Even artists that come to pay me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just do it just because I'm of the money. Like I have to hear them.
Yeah.
And if I think that they need more work on their vocals, I tell them what to do and guide them on what steps to take. Because just because you have the money and just because you want to be an artist and make a record and be on radio doesn't mean you're gonna.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean you're ready.
Oh no, there's millions of people that
they
that
need work on their craft. They need to work on their vocals. You know, we get criticized a lot for the 90s, you know, that radio still plays the 90s music, which, you know, I believe in the evolution of Tejano music, and I believe that we should always implement new artists. But the new artists miss the mark.
You know what? Speaking of what you just, where do you see Tejano music going?
I think it's coming back. No, it's never going to die. It's a culture.
Okay.
Never going to die.
With the younger generation, though,
it's come back with the younger generation. Okay. There's a gap, though, where that they didn't listen.
Yeah.
So that's where it hurt us. Like from the maybe early 2000s, maybe for 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe from 2000 to, no, maybe longer. Maybe like 20.
Reggaeton and all that stuff.
20 years, maybe 20 years of a big gap of decline, huge decline.
You had at that time when Tejano was kind of like coming off of their zenith or their hottest, is got No Limit Soldier, you got Little Wayne, you got all these little rap groups out of Louisiana, and that was like
they started coming up, and
they took
reggaeton too.
Everything.
You're right,
and
reggaeton too.
Daddy Yankee and all them started coming.
I remember reggaeton. All the girls were in the club with reggaeton, dude.
Yeah, that was really big. That was really big, and even the bachata stuff for a while was really hot. It's come back again. But yeah, I see the younger generation or the new generation, if I will. Not all of them are really young. Some are starting later, and that's okay. But the new faces, should I say, are starting to kind of get it. They're starting to understand. Yeah. Some are still missing it a little bit, but some of them are starting to understand. And you know, some come in and they just focus on the awards, and you know, and I'm like, that's not what it's about. You know, it's more to that, more than that.
Yeah. You know what I see is like back when I was coming up, it wasn't cool to listen to Spanish music. Like the parents did and the tios and everybody else, but not us. And now like all these youngsters are doing corridos and all this music. So I could see it come full circle back. You know what I mean? When I was in school at 10 and I was singing Tejano, my friends didn't speak Spanish. Nobody listened to Spanish at all. None of my friends my age listened to Tejano. Yeah. And that's why Selena and I were so close, because we were the same age. She was only 7 months older than me. But that's why we got so close, because we bonded because of our ages and because we didn't have friends that did what we did and sang what we sang. So it wasn't until like right when I got out of high school that my friends started listening to Tejano, because we were turning teenagers now, right? We were 17, 18. So it was me, Selena, La Sombra, Fama, Palominos. We were all the same age. We were the young guns, if you will. How was the party scene with you guys back then?
I never partied.
Oh, okay.
I never partied. First of all, when we were working. Daddy ran a very tight ship.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had your parents right there with you.
Very tight ship.
Selena had her dad right there.
She had her dad too. Our dads were very similar in a lot of ways, but also very different. So Daddy, obviously my band was underage. So they were the parents on the road. They had to kind of keep us away from the drugs, away from the drinking. And even to this day, if I was to do a gig today, ask me if my band's going to be drinking.
That sounds like a hard no right there.
No.
And that's more respect than anything.
It's a job.
And that too.
Yeah. It's a job.
I would always hear it, because I followed Tejano for a long time. And you saw I saw a lot of stuff.
Wasted.
Yeah.
On many on drugs and alcohol.
On everything. And then the band that I related to the most growing up was David Lee.
Yes.
And I got to meet Papa Tony when he was
good
alive.
Guys.
Oh yeah, the whole family.
Yes.
And the thing is like, hey, they're not drinking. They're like, oh, we're working.
That's right.
He goes, do you drink at work? I'm like, depends.
Sometimes, once in a while.
I had this one guy, and I always love to share this story, and I never let him live it down. He was a young kid out of West Texas, and he wanted to be in my band so bad. He played bajo, but he didn't play guitar. And I'm like, well, I have a lot of guitar. I also do like country, and I do Journey, and I do rock stuff too, because I'm a rock girl at heart. And so he kept asking me, I'm like, if you can learn guitar or the parts, then yeah. Finally, I gave him a shot, sat him down. I said, okay, these are my rules. No drinking. Absolutely. You're on my time. This is your job. When I get you the rooms, it's not for you to take women to. You want to do that, you go pay for your own room, and you need to be on time and learn the music like the record. Those are my 4 rules.
I would have been fired.
Learn the music like the record, because fans pay their hard-earned money to, first of all, see us in our right state of mind.
Yeah.
So do the promoters. They're paying us to do a job. It's not a party time, okay? And then fans want to hear it like the record. They don't want you to sound half-ass, you know? All out of tune, or can't sing, or you're too drunk, you know? So I think it was the first gig. First gig. We did a festival, and I noticed a styrofoam cup on the ground next to him. So I kind of danced my way over to the styrofoam cup, and I looked in, I knew it was beer. And so I let the weekend happen, called him on Monday. He worked at a bank. And I said, hey, man, you're already at the bank? And I said, I'm going to come by. He's like, oh, okay, you're going to open an account? And I'm like, no, I'm going to come by and visit. And what kind of beer do you drink? He's like, Bud Light? Why? So I was, I'm going to bring you some Bud Light. He's like, and he like chuckled and couldn't understand what I was saying. I said, yeah, I'm going to come in the office. I want to have a beer with you, dude, because I want to talk to you about some things. He goes, a beer in the office? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, can you have beer in the office? I said, exactly. So you couldn't have beer with me either, but you did it.
Oh, you're a cold operator the way you dropped that in there
So
like that.
I'm like, so I said, you knew my rules, dude, and they're simple rules. So you're fired. Like,
you should have just left a horse in his head in his
That's
bed right there.
That's it, dude. So, but I think he kind of knew it when I had my roadie pick up the beer and throw it away. But, you know, I have to, and I will never like reprimand or talk to my band in front of other band members.
Yeah.
Like I have respect for my band members. Nobody talks shit to my guys because I'll get very pissed off. So they're my brothers. But I mean, I have to, I don't even like for it to be in pictures. Like I don't like for there to be a beer on stage. Like I don't like that.
You run a tight ship.
It has to be that way. And my father got me used to, and being very punctual.
Yeah.
You know, if the promoter needs us there at this time, guess what? That's the time we got to be there.
Yep. That's one thing. Being on time. You
being on time.
Yep.
I mean, it happens all the time. My dad, like when we were first starting with my band, this was in probably 1992. We opened up for Grupo Mas in Eagle Pass. And they were notorious for being late, dude. Notorious.
Or not showing up.
Or not showing up.
Oh, really?
Or not showing up. And they were already legends of our industry, you know. And I had a song called Ojitos Negros, and it was a really big hit of mine, and it hit really big in Eagle Pass. So I was already starting to build momentum for myself as an artist. And when we first started touring, we had a pickup truck that took our equipment. Then we had a school bus. So we were in the school bus phase at this time. Daddy halved it, equipment in the back. We were in the front. The guys sat on a plank of the thing Daddy built that lifted up, and we put the suitcases underneath, and Mom and I sat on lawn chairs. That's how we toured. That's how we traveled. And so we're playing, and dance floor's packed. But prior to us playing, we used their equipment because they wanted us to use their stuff. Mm-hmm. And they had 250 lights. Dude, they used to have like a shitload of lights at this time. They had a big system and big lights.
Like Motley Crue.
Yeah, and they were like, yes, exactly. They were the old school power, the can lights, hot ones too. Yeah. And they were like, okay, you can use our lights. We get on stage and there's 2 red and 2 green, dude, and they're not even freaking aimed at us. So we're kind of in the dark the whole time.
Oh, shit.
So the dance floor's packed. They're running late. My dad's already, I see my dad looking at the watch. The sound guy, or the roadie, turns on the fog machine and leaves it on. 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 I cannot see my band member. I cannot see the dance floor. I can't see nothing. So I'm like standing still because I'm going to fall off this stage, right? And we just hear fans clap like their cans on the tables, like complaining, like, hey, what's going on, you know? Literally, dude, like no pun intended, but as soon as the smoke cleared, my father's right in front of the stage and he looks at me and he goes like that, cut it.
Yeah.
So we're like, thank y'all very much. We love y'all. We'd already gone over our time. Mm-hmm. We appreciate the support, blah, blah, blah. Daddy's like, get everything. The guys are like, what's happening? My father's pissed. So we just grab, he goes, don't roll everything, just grab it. So I'm grabbing cords. Everyone's grabbing cords. My mother's grabbing cords. We're throwing it in the back of the bus. Daddy's very meticulous with how things are set up. He's like, throw it in there, throw it in there. He's pissed.
Oh, it sounds like he was fucking
And
raging.
then here comes their bus, dude. Badass Silver Eagle bus pulling up. And I see my father following the bus like that. And I'm thinking, oh Lord. So they park. Then they get off the stage. I guess some of the guys get off the stage, and you can see in their bus because their light is on. Their bodyguard is at the door, and there goes my dad. There goes Dad. Literally pushes the bodyguard to the side, and they know my dad. So he pushes the daddy. I see go in the bus, and Jimmy, pobrecito, may he rest in peace, my friend, Jimmy Gonzalez is sitting there, and I can see it happening before me. And I just see my father in front of Jimmy, just this. I just see his finger. And my dad gets off the bus and he's like, let's go. And he takes off and we're holding up. Mom and I are in the lawn chairs, man, like trying to like hold on. And Daddy is like burning gravel. And finally he stops and we're like, Dad, I'm like, what'd you say? He goes, you don't want to know what I said. He goes, but they're never going to do that to you again. The following week, we had to play with them. We were opening for them in Dallas. Well, we're taking our own stuff. Their equipment truck broke. So guess whose stuff they had to use?
Oh, no way.
That's a good payday, though.
So they used everything, no problems, and they never did it to us again.
That's good.
So that happened with Tropa F too. I called them out on stage one day. They're my friends, but I called them out on stage one day because they were screwing up my sound. And it was a New Year's Eve gig and it was packed and it was expensive to get in. I'm like, y'all are spending your hard-earned money. Y'all, how many of y'all have been to my show before? They raise their hand. I'm like, y'all know we don't sound like this, right? You know why? Because look, there are brothers back there screwing up our sound purposely right now.
Oh, you threw them in the bus.
I told them I don't care.
Yeah.
So that's why the industry knows I don't play, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be disrespectful to you, but it's that line in the sand. Don't cross it.
No, why? Like you said, it's a job. It's business. You know,
and it's my career.
Yeah.
It's my name. It's what I've worked for. If anything, at the end of the day, it's my name.
Yeah.
And I've always done my best to keep my name. I mean, I carry Delgado and Lares with all of my heart and soul, and I have to represent the name the right way.
And I think that's what's carried you so long.
Yeah.
That's that, like you said, legacy.
Well, you've had a career, man.
Dude, it's been crazy, man. I'm supposed to be doing I've had a couple of production companies want to do my story because even my sexuality, you know, in the 90s, I couldn't be gay. There's no way. It would have been detrimental to my career. So, you know, there's so much about that, about my life that fans don't know. Again, we didn't have social media, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of experiences, good and bad. I had a lot of good experiences too. Don't get me wrong.
Can I make a request?
Sure.
The story about you dancing over to the guitarist, that's got to be in the in the movie, because I can imagine you like, yeah, hey, motherfucker.
Well, we're going to have to not censor it because, you know.
No, got to do the whole thing.
Got to do the whole thing.
That's got to be in it.
There's been a lot that's happened, dude. Like a lot. From the road to personal to my friendships to mine and Selena's friendship.
I was actually going to ask you
that. Yeah, you know, because at times it was no fun, you know, because we were put up against each other a whole lot.
Oh, really?
And, you know, my friend was a very amazing performer, you know, and there was a lot of times where I was overshadowed in so many ways, but we were so different as far as performance because I was more a musician.
Yeah.
You know, I wrote my music, I played instruments on stage too, and I didn't dance like her, but she didn't play instruments. Mm-hmm. So see, we both had strong things, but people don't see it like that. They just see two females and they're the same age and, you know.
Yeah, I can see how that went.
Yeah, but our life, we had a lot of the way the trajectory of everything and how so much parallel and crossing of my life and my career and her life and her career was just incredible, you know, because like Chris was in my band. That's how they met.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So they didn't fall in love then. It wasn't until years later till he was out of my band. And then people watch the movie and they watch the series and they believe everything they see. And I guess the series predicted that AB took Chris from me. And that's not what happened. You know, he went with Albert Tiger Diaz, and then he went with Patsy Torres, and then he went with another band, and then he went with Selena. But people like the drama, and they believe everything they read and see. The only actual thing that did happen that I heard about on the Spanish series, they said, was that they showed when Yolanda approached my camp to be my fan club president, which was true.
Oh,
before her.
So she was that chick Yolanda was just one of those people, just
one of those people, unfortunately.
Chaser.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, yeah, it was, that happened. But my sister was actually running my fan club at the time, my oldest sister. And we trusted no one outside of our family. And even to this day, guys, that I'm building my team on the business end, I don't trust anybody but my mom and my dad. Yeah. I hate to say it. I just don't. It's
understandable.
I just don't, man. But yeah, that, and then, she and I didn't speak for 2 years.
Oh, no way.
It got really bad. I got tired of that happening because I felt like I was a good friend. And then someone got in her ear and said something to her, and she believed, and it just was not pretty. And everyone knew that we were not talking because we were always together for the Tejano Music Awards, for nominees dance. We were inseparable, dude. We were always hanging out. So people knew something was up.
Yeah.
But again, there wasn't social media to talk about it and blow everybody out, out there for everybody to see. But we made amends, thankfully, thank God, before she passed.
That's good.
Yeah, we did. And I don't know how I would feel to this day if that had not happened. I thank God for that.
Stuck there bad right there.
And then, she's appeared in my dream, and one time, twice, and that's been enough for me. Like, that's what I needed. That's what I needed to be able to be fine. But there's a lot of my career, because yes, when people think of Tejano music, they automatically go to Selena.
Yeah.
And yes, she worked hard. Her family continues to work hard for her legacy. And they should get everything good that comes to them because they work so hard for it, dude. Even though she's not here anymore, they still work hard for it.
Yeah.
People criticize them for continuing to move on, but people still love her.
No, they keep her name alive.
They love her.
Like, even
kids love her.
Coming up know who she still is.
Children love her. Yeah. And sure, that's their prerogative. That's what they worked for. And they busted so many glass ceilings with her name and her legacy and her music and her persona. And I would say if she were here today, she would want her family to do it.
If she was alive still, she'd probably be a mega superstar.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if it would have still been in music. I know she still wanted to do music, but she still wanted to do other stuff.
Yeah.
There were a lot of other things that she wanted to do too. She loved her clothing. She loved doing that. So I think that would have taken another, strong area for her to be, successful in. But there's a lot of women and other people, not only women, that have helped shape this career. I mean, this genre.
Yeah. I'm glad you got a real Selena story because, no joke, all these Texas guys that come on here, they all have these fake Selena stories. I finally get to hear a real one.
Yeah, no. And some of it, but for the most part, when we were together, dude, I mean, my friend was a beautiful ray of light.
Yeah.
Like, she was so funny, but so naive at the same time, which was not her fault.
Oh, she was sheltered pretty.
Yeah, it was not her fault.
God.
It sounds like you were a little sheltered too coming when you were young.
No, I still, because let's go back to when I was a kid. I was doing my career, but my mom and dad still allowed me to be in sports and do everything else I wanted to do.
Okay.
So I went to the school dances. I went to the football games.
So it wasn't exactly the same.
She didn't.
Okay.
So she lived vicariously through me in that respect. Like, she would ask me, "Oh, are you going to the football game? Was it fun? How was the school dance? Like, did you go with your friends?" Like, asking me those questions because she wanted to have that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they forced her to be in her career because she loved what she did, till the end. She loved it. But she did want normalcy too.
Yeah.
She did want to talk to guys on the phone and date.
And in the movie, man, her dad seems hardcore.
And I mean, and she did. And I'll say it right now. I covered for her many times. So she did it. And I let my friend do it. And I would do it again.
Oh, you got the inside secrets right there.
I would do it. I won't say what happened. But I'll take that to my grave. I'll take that to my grave. But I did. But I will say I did. I covered many times, you know. I mean, that was my best friend. That was my friend. I wanted her to, you know, have fun and experience that, you know. So, but I mean, I've never seen the movies, never seen the series. I know they said that I was well, they had my character in one of them. And I became friends with her, actually. Her name is Linda Olin. She's from Cali.
That's the one that played your role?
She played me.
Oh, okay.
She's an independent rock artist, Spanish rock artist.
Oh, no way.
From California.
Badass.
And very cool girl. Very cool girl.
Did they picture you with the timbales or no?
No, I don't think so, right? I think I was singing Tu Solo Tu. Yeah. My first single, my first album. But I will say this, fans sent me the scene.
Oh, okay.
And when she gets off stage, she's holding a beer.
Oh, no. And they're like, no, that's not it.
That's okay. That's messed up.
She's holding a beer.
Sounds like a lie to me.
Thank you.
Hollywood.
Anybody that knows me, my industry knows me. They know I don't do that. I mean, I won't say I've never gone drunk in my life. That's not. I mean, I've done that.
But you weren't working.
No.
But you know, it's like you say, they gotta spice everything up.
They do.
They gotta throw crema on the tacos, make everything spicy.
And then talk about my story when I toured with the Divas, because that was a whole different experience.
Well, that's a whole nother episode. So you got to come back. Now you
Dude, I'm telling you, we could be here all day. I mean, how do you condense 43 years? And
there's no
short
way.
time?
There's no way.
Most definitely. So
we need a documentary. We need a movie. We need something.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. My goal has been to write a book. That has been a goal of mine for many years, and I wanted to write it about my dad, about my parents. Mama has always wanted to write a book on how to be a parent of an artist. That's something my mom's always wanted to do. Mom, you're 85 right now. Is the time to do it, Mama. We gotta.
a Momager 101.
Yeah, Momager 101. And Mama's smaller than me. She's worse than my dad.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
She's the feisty one.
They call her Turbo, dude. So yeah, they call her Turbo. But Mama, she don't play. Mama is another don't sugarcoat things, but they're very loving. Again, you know what I'm saying, right? But I'm very thankful that they were that way with me. My siblings spoiled me. I mean, I was very well taken care of as a child from my siblings too. They all took care of me in different ways. My sister Patty provided for me clothing, and when she got her first job, she would buy my clothes. My brother, he's the reason I'm a tomboy, because he would take me on the motorcycle. He would take me to play. He would take me on the treehouse and taught me how to play instruments. My sister Lara was my second mommy. She would bathe me, comb my hair, feed me. So I'm very blessed to have had my family, because I don't know what I would be without my family. I can't imagine.
That's badass.
And I think part of how you are with your artists is
I'm exactly that way. They're my kids. They're the kids I never had.
There you go.
You know.
Let me ask you this before we get any further or off topic. You did mention about soundtrack for movies.
Yeah.
So the movie, if I'm not mistaken, is King of the South.
I'm working on music for King of the South. That's the series that actually my best friend Muska, she's one of the stars of the,
Really?
Oh, no way,
of the
that's
series.
badass.
She's an actress in it.
So I've
Cool.
been in communication with Gabriel.
Yeah, with Carmona.
So shout out to
yes, Carmona. We love you, brother.
We got to get you on.
Yeah,
So-
you got to get. He's
Yes.
got an amazing story as well, brother. Man, you'd love Carmona. He's amazing. So yeah, I'm doing the King of the South series. I did Say a Little Prayer, which is a film that's out right now, starring Luis Fonsi. I opened the film they wanted me to redo These Boots Are Made for Walking. So I did it in a Tejano country version.
That sounds
And
cool as hell.
So the movie starts out with my voice. And of course it was shot here in San Antonio, which made it even better. And then I did, the movie's not out yet, Alamo City Zombie. I did the soundtrack for that. And so this movie right now that I just finished, they brought me the film to watch. It's a short film. It's a horror film called The Last Laugh, and it's they're having the premiere on the 29th here in San Antonio at Santiago's Northwest. So they brought me the film on Monday and said, "We need the music for this film." And I was like, "Okay, when do you need it?" They're like, "But in a week." And I'm like, "Okay." So the last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, I was in studio all day, and I finished early, actually.
Did you write everything new, or did you have some stuff you were able to?
I wrote everything new.
Everything new.
Wrote everything new. And it has a little bit of everything, from your dramatic sound effects, from the low rumbly sound that horse fiends have to a lot of type things and choir. And I did some heavy metal stuff. I did some ominous stuff. I did a song that's very much sounds like From the Doors to the Beatles. I did one that's very sounds very Italian because it has like accordion music, because I thought the character is a clown.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it would be really scary for that song to be playing while he's killing someone.
So does the songs you play the songs you make play throughout the music, or is it just like
it plays throughout the film, like on certain scenes?
Yeah.
But then I also helped with sound effects this time. This is the first time I've helped with actual sound effect. So whether it's crushing of the skull or things like that, which is really fun.
It's
so fun, dude.
That sounds fun as shit.
Because it's cool when you're playing your song and we're going through the different scenes and I'm going through the different songs and we're like, okay, yeah, that you can tell that song's for that scene.
That's badass.
But like when I did Alamo City Zombie, I didn't see the film at all. I still haven't. I was just asked by JJ about writing when the first thing he told me on a Saturday, because we were at another premiere in Dallas for another film that I had done with Rev Ray, another one of my artists. That's another artist that I mentor and produce as well. So he's like, hey, Shelly, we're doing an Alamo City Zombie and we want some tracks. So right when he said the word zombie, immediately I start hearing things in my head. He told me that on a Saturday. By Wednesday, I had 13 tracks.
Wow.
And they came to my studio and they sat down and I went through every track and they're like, this is for this scene. This is for this scene. This is for this scene. And I'm like, I had never seen the scene. I just created music that I would like to hear in a zombie film.
Yeah.
And so that has yet to come out. We'll see. Right?
Are you?
Yeah, she's in that too.
I think, you know what? I got
We're gonna
invited.
interview next.
Me and my wife got invited to go be extras and watch filming at a ranch, and they were doing a zombie movie. I'm wondering
Maybe
if it was
that's
that
it.
one.
It has to be. Or The Last Laugh, maybe?
This was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Oh,
maybe?
no, it hasn't been that long, right, Muska?
No. Okay, maybe it must have been different.
Yeah. So it's a comedy.
Oh, is it
The
really?
zombie film is a comedy.
Hey, zombie comedies are pretty good.
They're funny.
They're pretty
But
good.
But I still like to give music of, like, I still try to create music that you would still put on your playlist, because I grew up with soundtracks.
Yeah.
I grew up with, back from Flashdance, Grease, Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, Top Gun, like those. That's what made me want to go to the movies, because I would hear the music and I would want to go hear it in the movie, or vice versa.
Soundtracks used to be badass because you
But
had
let
all
me
the
tell
good
you,
songs.
they don't. I'm trying to bring them back because they stopped making soundtracks.
Oh, really?
They stopped making soundtracks.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yes. You go look at a movie and see if there's a soundtrack for it.
I guess there's not.
Not really. There's maybe a song or two.
Well, they're going with Columbia House.
OMG! Pay the penny.
Yes.
And I would never send the 1 cent.
Oh shit! I remember those. Bro. I was lost for a second.
It was like
Yeah,
30
dude.
CDs,
Yeah, I remember.
30
Yeah,
CDs
dude.
for
You're like 12
penny.
years old and you're filling it out and getting
Hell
fucking.
yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
go down the list up. Theo, what's your address? Man, I got eyes for me. I'll go pick it up.
Uh-huh.
I like. my
Dude, I
dad's like,
loved it.
remember that
Nothing
shit.
like it. See, so I really am trying to bring back soundtrack because I'm bringing back vinyl too. One of my artists I did vinyl and CDs for.
Vinyl's kind of making been making a comeback.
It's still $1 billion
right?
industry. All of my students listen to vinyl.
Yeah.
All of them.
I know.
So I'm actually putting my last 4 albums onto vinyl
Really?
again. Yeah.
That's badass.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, which one was your favorite cover of all of your covers?
I have 2. Obra de Amor, which my wife designed, and Jimencio shot. It's black and white, and there's a bunch of candles around me, and I'm like in this queen throne, and it's a very like sexy photo, and I'm not very comfortable
You
with
had to
that.
you came out of your comfort zone on that
I
one?
had to majorly, but it's probably one of the most iconic ones. And then the main one that everyone loves is My Quiero Ser Tu Amante, where I'm wearing the red dress.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody loves
Look at
that
this guy.
album.
Look at this guy. He's
I had a shirt.
Yeah,
he's getting ready to throw the chones at you again right
that's
now.
the album. And I'll never forget, because when I shot that one, JJ, my keyboard player at the time, I was up against like a plywood, and they were holding it. behind me. And so they wanted me to lean, and I was like, I would lean and the guys would go back. I'm like, can y'all stop moving? So that cover was fun. And then I'd have to say, I really like all my album covers because I worked with Robert Lopez. Robert Lopez was the first photographer that shot, Tu Solo Tu was my first album cover. He shot my Dynamite, Sabes Que Si, Tejano Star, Apaga la Luz. What does he shoot? He shot maybe like 6, Quiero Ser Tu Amante. He shot about maybe 8 or 9 of my covers. And
Cool.
yeah, it's almost all of
That's
them.
what you
Well, I have
tell- you tell
20,
someone to do that.
24, 25 albums.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of extensive.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, like, well, I want to see if I have this right taste or not.
No, I love
Make
it.
your choice.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love all of them because they all were for a different time in my life, you know. And I mean, every album I looked forward to. Manny Guerra was my first executive producer. He's the guy that recorded my very first record when I was 10.
Wow.
And Manny Guerra was already an iconic producer at this time. He had already produced every Tejano artist there was, from Latin Breed to Sunny to Selena to Mafia to Mas. And so when I walked into his studio, it's on the south side, and it looked like a rundown shack when we pulled up. And I'm like, this is not what a studio is supposed to look like. As a 10-year-old little girl, I'm thinking that. But when I walked in, it didn't look the same way as it looked on the outside. And I was just so intrigued by the process. It was reel to reel, analog recording. And he had this big soundboard in front of him. And he had like a step that went up to where he was at. It was like he was like facing me. And there was the window right to the studio. And that's where the drums and vocal booths were. But when you would walk in, you'd have to go around and go up to where he was. And I remember the band was recording the music. And I walked up there and I was like, what's that? What's that? What's that? And he was like, you know, looking at me like, and looking at my parents like, aren't you going to come get your kid type thing? And then he started telling me, this is for this, this is for this, this is an EQ, this is what it does. And he's like, do you want to change the reel to reel? I'm like, yes. So he had me change the reel. He showed me how to splice it. And that's when my obsession of studio started.
That's all.
That was all it took. And then so 7 years went by. I recorded 5 45s. Remember the 45 vinyls? I recorded 5 45s independently with Hatamales. And then 7 years later, he had signed Selena. She was signed to his label. She was leaving him to go to Capitol Records. And so he was ready to like call it quits. He was like, Selena was my star, you know. And Jose Rosario, who works with me now, was a friend of Manny's and my father's, and says, hey, how about Shelly Lares? And he's like, Shelly Lares? He goes, I recorded her first record. And he's like, she's still singing, right? And he's like, yeah, she plays every weekend. And so he goes, set up a meeting with me and my mom and dad. He signed me. I was 17, junior in high school. And first album, we're starting to pick the songs. And I said, well, and at the time I had Chris Perez and I had JJ Reyes, and Chris and I were writing songs together. We were writing pop music together because we were real into like Def Leppard and Paula Abdul and Jody Watley. And so Chris and I started writing together. We wrote some Tejano stuff too, but we wrote some English stuff. And then JJ and I wrote the Spanish stuff, Tejano, Cumbia, Ranchera. So I went into Manny and I said, hey, I want to write some music for the album. He's like, no. I write the music. I'm the producer. I'm like, yeah, but I'm the artist. And like, I know what music I want to have on my record. He's like, but I'm your producer. I'm your label. I'm the one that picks what you do. And I'm like, no, I want to write music. I want to arrange it. So I was adamant. And he was like done with me. He's like, okay, I'll give you half the album. Let's see what y'all do. So Chris and I wrote I'm Over You, Forever You and Me, a ballad and a pop song. JJ and I wrote Amame, and JJ arranged and I arranged the Tejano stuff for half of the album. We turned it in and he listened. He's like, wow. He liked our pop stuff so much. He sent it to Bernie Grumman, who mixed and mastered for Michael Jackson.
No way.
Wow.
He sent our 2 songs to him to get mixed and mastered. That's how much he was freaked out on it.
That's cool that you didn't let yourself be rolled over.
No, hell
that,
no.
Especially at that age.
Exactly. I was
That's badass.
17.
Yeah.
So what would have happened? Let's just say devil's advocate. What would he want you to sing?
I would have sounded like every artist he had at the time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Everybody gets stuck in there.
And you knew it was Manny's music, but you wouldn't know who it was till they started singing. Right?
Yeah.
And he was very old school. Mind you, he played drums for Sonny Osuna, so he was an old school guy.
Oh,
And didn't really, was just learning how to take to the new generation of our music that we were bringing to the table now, because we went from orquesta to modernizing stuff, right? Keyboards, accordion, brass all together. So what really got me, well, that's when he taught me about registering to be a songwriter. He's like, okay, I'm a BMI publisher. I'm like, what does that mean? It's like, I publish the music that you write. I'm like, okay. He's like, and in order for you to record, I have to publish your music, or else we can't do your songs. So I was like, okay, well, I want to do my songs, so be my publisher, whatever that means. So he registers me and JJ and Chris as BMI writers, and explains to me and JJ, you get 50% of songwriting, she gets 50% of songwriting if the song is played. And we're like, okay, cool. So I arranged and produced half of that album. When the album is pressed, I go to where it's manufactured. I'm watching my vinyl being made, like, for the very first time. It spits it out and I grab it and I'm holding it and I'm like just, I still remember the way that I felt the day that I held my record for the first time. I held a 45, but the full album. And then I flip over the photo. We took the photos. I flip over the album and our name's under the songs that we wrote, but my name is not as arranger or producer. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is just how it goes. Second album, same thing. I want to produce it. I want to write it. You're not going to tell me no. Flip the album over. Not on the name. My name's not on there. By the third album, I threw him out of the studio. I said, don't come in the studio anymore. I'm doing the full album. I can do this. I had Brian Redmore on engineering it. And so I did the whole album. Still never got credit. My big hit, Quiero Ser Tu Amante album came out. Tú Solo Tú, Es Que Estoy Enamorada, No Quiero Saber, Quiero Ser Tu Amante. All of those I wrote and produced and never got credit as producer. So fans and people, industry never knew I produced my music from day one.
So was that a money thing or was it more of a credit thing?
It was a credit thing and a money thing.
Okay.
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, because one, ego credit, two, financial, you have to pay out producers.
Yeah.
And so when Soy Tu Amor became, Ganas de Besarte was a very big hit for me, but I didn't write it. So I didn't see any royalties from that. To this day, it's, well, I can tell you right now what it streams. But when I did Soy Tu Amor, he wanted to release a totally different song. And I'm like, no, because we started to perform these songs live. We were gigging 6 days a week, guys. We started performing these things live and we would see what the fans liked. Soy Tu Amor packed the dance floor. It was very simple. It was upbeat. It was something people loved. And so I'm like, no, Manny, we need to release this one. Soy Tu Amor. And again, I fought him. Finally, he's like, okay, let's do it. Became my first #1 hit. It was the most Latin played song of all Latin music in 1994.
No way. Damn.
And my first royalty check hit at 50% songwriter. It's 12,500. And at this time I was 23. That's a lot of money for a 23-year-old.
Back then.
And I was making money on the road. I was making very good money.
How often were you getting those checks?
Those are quarterly, so every 3 months.
Okay.
But Tejano radio was really big. FM, we had a lot of FM stations at the time, so that helped the economy of Tejano, if you will. And then second check, 24,000. Third check, 38,000. That year alone, I made close to $200,000 for 50% of one song.
Just off the one song?
One song.
Damn.
That's not including the royalties that I was getting for the other songs. That's when JJ and I, because we were very close. He was the other side of my musical brain. Our chemistry was incredible. Like, we could write music really fast. And we sat down and talked and we're like, okay, publisher is making 100%. So say he got say we got $100,000. He got the $200,000. That's when we're like, we need our own publishing companies. So after I left Manny, I didn't re-sign. I got signed to Sony. Sony wanted to push Sony Publishing on me. And I said, nope. I put that in my contract, stipulation. I will do a Sony Publishing song if I choose to do it. But I have my own publishing company. JJ has his own publishing company. So that was when I learned about royalties. And that's when I learned about mechanical royalties. Yeah. Mechanical royalties are per record sell, per unit.
Yeah.
In 7 years, in the 90s, being one of the top selling female artists, I made $0 of mechanical royalties, which tells me I didn't sell a CD. So
do the math.
Yeah. So that's when things really started to shift for me on the business end. But I had to go through that.
Yeah.
To learn it.
Why didn't it get sold? What was it that stopped? Was it somebody blocked the road for you, or
it just was was much keeping the money.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love Manny and I'm forever grateful for him. But that's the part of the business. I think he regrets it too, I think. Because it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
It was every artist he was, and he had a hell of a roster.
Yeah, back in the day.
Because he had Tropa F, me, he had Ram, Texas Latino. You're talking artists that we were out there.
Yeah.
And we were the top artists.
Culturas,
like.
And back then it was, you gig Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So he was being like the Don King of the Tejano music.
Pretty much on the recording side.
Yeah.
And record sale side. Not to mention the ones that were trying to take advantage of us on the road.
Yeah.
You know? So you just had to, I always tell people, you're two types of people in the music industry. Artists are two types. You're a boxer and you're a fisherman. Boxer, you got to bob and weave.
Yeah.
Watch the punches. And you got to know when to throw the punch. Fishing, you be patient enough to wait for the big fish, for your opportunities. You don't want to just be catching little things and throwing them back and catching things and throwing them back. Got to be patient. So that's what I tell my artists, that exact thing. I give those analogies to them so that they understand, you know.
I think
it's all in how you put it in perspective.
I think you're a different breed because you're ambitious and you're smart.
Oh,
and you
well,
like to dissect stuff, because I think a lot of people just want to show up, sing for the shows and stuff. They don't care to learn. They don't care to learn the back end stuff,
they don't.
The business part of it.
And and it's okay if you don't want to, but you have to have a team that you trust.
Yeah.
Because once things start going, dude, it's a different story.
I think fortunate for you, you had the brains to like.
Yeah, because I mean, I've still kind of been taken advantage of, right? Like even in my later days, when I try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
I think that's in anything though. Anytime you're doing something successful or people admire anything, there's people that are gonna come in and they're gonna find the loopholes to take advantage.
They're gonna, and it's within my team. It's been within my team.
Yeah.
But I call it out right at that moment. Because those things are important to me, you know, and I have a great team, and I'll mention some of my team. So obviously I have my board, which is my business partner, which is Mario. I have my attorney, Andrew, and I have Danielle, who is my accountant. She's incredible. Jacqueline is one of my advisors, my business advisors. And then within the music part and the creative part, because Kiki Herrera is my right hand. He's in Thrall, Texas, over by Taylor, Texas, and he does a lot of my tracks. He does mixing and mastering with me. He's the only one I really trust. And then from there, I have Mausi, who helps me with a lot of the behind the scenes, because she knows what I like. She already knows how picky I am with how my artists are viewed, and she's been around me in the business for many years now. So she's been one of my ride or dies. My wife, of course, for anything else that I need, my wife, because my wife is a makeup artist and stylist. So she does, for the females, she's done the makeup, she's done the styling of concepts. And then I have great photographer, graphic artist, C.H. Dickerson. He does my photography, my graphics for my artists. I have different photographers for different things, because I also work with Aiden De Leon. And Aiden is more of Renaissance, intense, dramatic lighting type artistic and CHs. It's very clean and professional and editorial looking. So, and then Maria Elena, she's another photographer I use that just takes good pictures, period. And then behind the scenes, besides Muska, I also use videographers like Stephanie, and we use Static, who shoots videos with us. And in the past, we've had my friend Mary do it with us. So like, I have a team of people that I trust and, work with. Jose Rosario is my co-writer. He and I write the Spanish stuff together because he writes the Spanish. I can't write Spanish.
Oh, really?
No. My mom was my lyricist. Also, I didn't mention that. Really? She wrote all my hits. Soy tu amor, es que estoy enamorada, no quiero saber.
We need to get your mom on the show.
Oh, you'd love my mother. You'd love talking to mom.
She should be sitting right there.
Yeah, you'd love talking to mom.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know that she wrote my lyrics. She'd always liked to keep it very private, and I'm like, it's a gift, So Jose writes the Spanish stuff with me. Rebecca Valadez is my other co-writer. She and I write my Christian, my pop, my country stuff together. Everything English. I write with Rebecca.
She's from the Valley, right?
Rebecca's from here.
Oh, from here?
San Antonio. And an amazing vocalist.
San Antonio, I didn't know this before moving here. San Antonio was never even in my head, but they got some talent here, man.
Oh, we have a lot of talent.
A lot of talent, a lot of culture, a lot of talent.
And now San Antonio is the new LA
for
films because
I'm noticing
they're coming here for acting, for production, for music. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the
hub.
And then they were going to Austin. Not even Austin can keep up with San Antonio right now.
And I see San Antonio for comedy, man. It's becoming
big time.
A
big
comedy
time.
scene
Arts, I think in general, San Antonio's just stepped up.
Well,
the game.
especially for Chicanos, Hispanics.
For
this
sure,
is becoming
man.
a hub right here.
And you would love Rev Ray, my artist. He's very urban, and he does a lot of cumbia and stuff. But we also do a lot of reggae and rap stuff as well. So I love all my artists. Angel Jimenez. I mean, I can go on and on with all my artists that I have. They're all so good and they're all so versatile. Like they do any genre, It don't matter. They can do it and well.
And I think that's what being Mexicano.
Yeah.
A culturist.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the fact that our culture, we're able to adapt. We're like water.
Right.
It don't matter
and we do.
If you can find your spot and if you're going to a reggae festival, you're not going to sing boleros.
Yeah.
You might.
You might be able to get away with it.
Hey,
like Coachella works.
Exactly, because it's a lot of things.
Have you heard of the Mexican reggae rap, dude?
Yeah.
That's coming out of Mexico.
Yeah,
It's fucking
dude.
badass,
There's
dude.
a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, I love speaking about Coachella because I was a big fan of Los Angeles Azules.
Oh, I love
they're
them.
badass,
in
bro.
the 90s.
Fuck yeah.
In the 90s.
The artist that
They're
I'm talking
badass.
about, the Lorena that's starting a little later, that's exactly the style that I'm
Really?
promoting,
Ooh, that's
producing for her.
Where can everybody hear your artists at?
Oh, anywhere.
Anywhere?
All over Spotify.
You have a centralized where we can find your artists and discover them?
I mean, I post a lot on my social media
Okay.
on mine, which is Shelly Little Miss TNT on Instagram, or Shell Shock Records 3, or they can go to Shelly Lares Fans Facebook or Shelly Lares Official on TikTok.
I'm gonna do a deep dive myself.
Because I also have heavy metal group called Switchblade Saint.
No way.
Yeah, so they're rock.
I'm gonna do a deep dive, man.
Yeah.
Like Hector kept telling
I'm
me.
sorry,
Hey,
I thought I was a fangirl.
no. Hey, you know what? Like after
boo.
I'm
What
fangirling
for
now.
you?
After meeting you and hearing your
Well, thank
story
you,
and the
man.
passion and everything, man, it
I
made me a fan.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That means a
Welcome
lot.
to my world.
There you go. Welcome to the Tejano world, honey. It's nice in here.
Yeah.
No, we've got a lot of really good, talented musicians and artists, and I say it all the time. When it comes to musicians in Tejano, we're the only genre that can play any genre.
Yeah, that's what you keep saying.
Jazz, rock. I'm talking the musicians,
Yeah.
the actual musicians that play. They can play anything. I mean, my band in particular, my musicians can play whatever genre.
That makes sense. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
and I love it, and they're so good, and I brag about it all the time. But I think our genre is one of the most beautiful genres, one of, if not the most versatile, because no other genre in the world can do what we do. No other genre in the world.
I'm
I don't care
becoming a
who it
fan.
is.
That's very true. Like growing up, for example, you go to quinceañera or a wedding, you would hear Tejano, you would hear the brass, then you get oldies.
Yeah, and then
And
they
then
turn
you get-
around and do a pop song,
Yeah.
and you're like, dang, yeah.
You're like, holy shit, what the hell
Yeah.
did I sign up for?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
And it's the same band.
Yeah, it's the same band.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Rebecca Valadez, my friend that I told you that she's my co-writer and a vocalist. I'm actually producing a country song for her right now. That's incredible. She plays with a band called Top Shelf Band, and they do all of that, like all genres.
I think that you have to be like that.
You have to.
Well, I think artists probably like that because they don't want to be stuck in doing the same thing
Yes.
over and over, right?
And when a musician starts, like my students at UT San Antonio, I tell them, I'm like, don't just learn this style of music. Learn everything.
Yeah.
Learn everything you can play. You know, now you see like white people playing country. I mean, mariachi, and like now they're dabbing into different things, and that's what they need to do.
Well, there's that guy that's on TikTok that does a steel guitar.
Yes, I love him.
He's amazing.
I love him.
And it's funny because like, now I'm learning a new song for being Tocado.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
And he toured with them. Yeah, he played with them.
He got nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, he played with them. He played on the album. Yeah.
He's like, I never thought doing this country I get, but I got it.
But you see how beautiful the instrumentation fits in Tejano.
Yeah.
Right.
It's how you place it. It's a color. Again, does this color blend with this painting? Is it the texture and color we need for this song?
Yeah.
I know, for example, I could just throw it out there. David Lee got us a Caballo La San Lucero.
Yes.
That's
one of my favorite songs, dude.
That one and Tonta. I love that one.
Yeah. Well, 1392 and Con el Tiempo are my two favorite albums always.
My top David Lee is El Que Más Te Ha Querido with Oscar G.
Oh, yeah. That's a good... Oscar G was really good, too, with David Lee.
Yeah.
I think everyone was, because David Lee just makes everyone better.
Yeah.
He really does. He makes them better.
It's like, you're in the right... That's why they call it DLG University.
That's right.
Because Ram, Emilio, the Jay, Marcos.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Mark Ledesma. Yeah, all of them.
Ledesma. And then right now, the...
Cesar.
It's just amazing because they just remained like they didn't change their style. They just got better.
The style was the same. The singer had to adapt to the style. Yeah. That's what it was. And every singer he had, and all of them have gone off to be like individual art, their own artists after him. So, like he said, it was his university. They would learn from there and go on to do something else.
His name keeps coming up.
No, he's incredible. Yeah. David Lee is one of our pioneers also, and someone that means a whole lot to me, because when my dad had his stroke, we were in Fort Wayne, Indiana when it happened. I was on touring over there, and they knew that I had my stuff and my band and everything. So David Lee was the first ones to call me and ask me if I needed their truck and if they needed me to have anything hauled back to San Antonio. And that, those are things I don't ever forget.
Yeah, there's got to mean a lot.
They're my brothers. They're my family. I love them dearly. I give them a lot of shit, but they already know I talk shit to them all the time. They already know. They can't get it. Jay is notorious for that. Jay always is Jay. I'm like, yeah, not when I'm in the room, Jay. You're not the diva in the room, okay?
You're the alpha. You jump in.
That's right.
I think I like that. I'm sorry. I like that duo that you did with them. That duet.
We had another one prior to that. Did you ever hear that one?
No.
That was on my Shelly album.
Well, I didn't like it as much as I love the one that you sing with the mariachi. Because I picture you to do a mariachi album.
Yeah, we did a song called "You're All That I'm Living." No, not. What is the one I did with Jay? Dang it, I wrote it. All I'll Ever Need. All I'll Ever Need. It's an English song.
Because he can sing country.
Yeah. No, this one was like a pop song.
Like a ballad?
Like a ballad. Oh. And it was on my Shelly album. It was my first Sony album. The album I said that was half Tejano and half country.
I think
it was that
one,
album.
I think that one I got a Linda Ronstadt, Aaron Neville feel for it.
Yes, it was very Disney too. It was very Disney. Because again, I'm a musical girl. Like I love musicals. I love soundtracks. So when I listened to it, I'm like, dang, we could have got this on a Disney track, dude. It could have been the Linda Ronstadt, Aaron Neville track.
That's what I'm saying. But if it's Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, for sure.
No offense, Jay.
OMG, that's funny, dude.
Offense, Jay.
I love Jay. I always talk a lot of crap, but he's one of my favorite people, and he's one of the most talented guys I've worked with. Yeah, when we did No Volveré, that was a song that my mom always wanted me to do. Mama was always like, you need to record No Volveré. It's a good song, mija. It's a good song. Finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to do No Volveré. And I was like, Jay kept telling me, hey, we need to collaborate again. We need to collaborate again. We need to collaborate. So I'm like, okay, let's do No Volveré. So he comes into the studio and I show him the version. He's like, it's high. And I'm like, it's not really high, dude. I'm like, you're J-izing it and singing it higher than it needs to. Because what he does is like, he's very like R&B. So he changes the melody and makes it all like up there. Yeah, up there. And I'm like, you don't have to be up there, dude. I'm like, you choose to be up there, you know?
Keep sweating.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And all Mariah, you know? And so it was funny, you know, he was like turning, you know, he's prietito and he was even turning red when he was singing that high harmony to me. But it's such an iconic song.
It is.
And then when we did his live album, Live in Dallas, he wanted to add that song to his live album, but he did it in a lower key. So I'm like, Cuando lejos me encuentre de ti. I'm like, see, you just sing it. You don't cry about it. You just sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we did that All I'll Ever Need track, he came into the studio and I had the lyrics for him. And he was like, I was thinking like right here, you know, we could do that. And over here, do that and do that. And like he was telling me, and I go, okay, what does this say right here? He's like, where? I'm like, right here in the top corner, right here. And he looks at me like, I go, what does it say? Just say it out loud. Written by Shelly Lares. I said, okay, so just sing it the way I wrote it.
I like, you don't fuck around. I like that shit.
I don't, dude. No.
Hey, I hate to do this because we could stay here talking
I
all
know,
night.
right?
I'm scared.
We're going to run out of time.
Yeah, we're going to run out of the space on everything.
Yes.
I don't want to lose any footage because we've had some
thank
incidents.
y'all. I had a blast.
No, it was amazing.
No, fuck, this was fucking, I'm doing a deep dive. I'm a fan.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I just have one request.
When
you do your documentary or your movie, put this in the.
I'm going to put it in. We're going to put it in, Masa, but you're going to have to come play the part for real.
I want Channing Tatum to be me.
Who do you want, brother? Who do you want?
Somebody tall and handsome.
Vin Diesel.
That's true.
Hey.
Not the midget Vin Diesel, though, right?
No.
No, that's Vin Weasel.
No.
Yeah, Vin Diesel. No,
that's Vien Weasel. Vien Weasel.
Super.
No, but y'all are more handsome.
No, this was fucking awesome.
You could play the part. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you to your loyal viewers, guys. Keep supporting the show. Share the show. And, you know, may God bless you guys on this journey and, you know, keep y'all safe and healthy and doing what y'all love and prosper and blessings upon you and your families.
No, we appreciate you blessing the studio with your presence.
No,
and
thank you, man.
The stories.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for the bottle of my heart.
This guy's not gonna, after shaking your hand, he's not gonna wash it.
Ah, love it, man. Love it. I'm a fan, so I'm gonna be watching every episode. But yeah, we'll definitely have to bring little mama in here, my little turbo mama.
Let's do it. Let's get her in here.
Yeah, get her in here. And some of the artists. I'll bring some of my artists by.
Whenever you want to
spotlight them, we'll bring them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Guys,
Love you too. This is
what
awesome.
can I say? The incomparable Shelly Lares.
Love y'all, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace and chicken grease.